tell them we exist. Here. Oop. Oh, I went up a level. Hooray. Yes. Hooray. Then we changed the thing here in the 10th Expeditionary Fleet. People check that all the time. But I should do it anyway because it's a nice thing to do. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Shall we? That's what we'll do. Confuse the admins.
Do you want me to message the scavenger people just to make sure they know what time this was supposed to be?
That might be worth doing, yeah.
I can do that.
It's
Go ahead.
Prime Speaker is the correct title for Varys?
Presiding speaker.
Presiding Speaker, okay.
Alright. Here we go. Hello everyone. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour. I'm AD Springer, also known as Carbinian, and this is another episode of Halanak Station, a Star Trek Adventures tale. And we have some guests from other games in the 10th Expeditionary Fleet who will be joining us for this special crossover event, a two-parter. So we may see some more people coming in later today, but we may see more coming in next time as well. We shall see. So that's why the list is mighty full, and that's why we have 16 threat on the board, because it's a 2-threat game. Lots of people, lots of time, and a captain's log I will ask of, please. From Captain Threlick.
Yeah. Captain's log. Stardate 60587. The Harmony Festival is about to begin. Several members of Starfleet from across the region have taken up Commander Haifa's offer of transport to Harmony Fest. With that covered, we have some reinforcement for the coming conflict, although its exact nature is still to be revealed. I've spent the last couple days conversing with members of state, sympathetic military commanders, and all levels of the Harmonizers Department and the Office of the Presiding Speaker. Currently, we expect that Minister of Defense Jaffa will be calling on the efforts of mercenary forces to stage a hostile event that his military faction can respond to with force, signaling a change in FIS posture towards the species and polities that surround them, both in the region and beyond. We will do everything we can to prevent the FIS from slipping under the yoke of a military dictatorship. However, our scope is limited by the FIS being outside of Federation purview, and thus we can only act within the permit of the Halanak agreement itself. End log.
And we swing over to somewhere else in the Shackleton. Aboard the Haifa Prototype Alpha. Who's piloting the darn thing? Who was sent to pick up our fellow officers?
Ensign Cialak with Lieutenant Click as at ops.
And describe for our guests what the Haifa Prototype Alpha appears to be and what it is, because they would have been read in by this point for what it is, but because it's the one thing that arrived to them within record time.
It does have an image on the sheet, but it is a Scale 2 shuttle that has both a warp core and a quantum slipstream. Actually, it doesn't have a warp core. It has just a quantum slipstream drive and uses pretty much everything else is Starfleet technology, except for the subspace transceiver. It has limited creature comforts because most of the space is dedicated to having an expanded engineering section, because its only department above one is engineering, and it has 2 secondary reactors, giving it power output in the range of scale 5 and 6 starships.
And when it came to pick you guys up, it didn't warp into place. It quantum slipstream, so it just kind of popped into being to grab you, and you have like maybe less than a 10-minute flight time from where you're being picked up to Halanak Station. Because this shuttle can get pretty much anywhere in the Shackleton within about 30 minutes, if 30 minutes.
Need to get my purchasing officer on something.
So, who is sitting aboard the shuttle on its way back to Halanak Station?
Welcome to Prototype Alpha. Please be seated. Welcome. Touch nothing. I'm Lieutenant Commander Click. You're
Junior
aboard
grade
the-
click.
Whatever. Stop. I'm Lieutenant Click. Welcome to the forefront of Starfleet engineering. Cooperative effort between the FIS and Starfleet, led by Commander Haifa of the whatever the ship, the Da Vinci. Now sit, please. We will be there in minutes, but touch nothing.
He's-
Everybody just
not
looks
relevant.
around. Like,
This
does
is
anyone-
being addressed to you by a Zindi insectoid who is currently on the ceiling looking down at you guys as he scuttles back and forth adjusting various verniers and such.
We had an insectoid person. He disappeared.
Like, please stop. Please
Are you
just
threatening
calm
me?
down. You are
Oh no,
bored.
the player disappeared.
Yeah, they stopped coming.
It's a
fair.
pleasure. This is quite an impressive ship.
Tivate leans over and just whispers to the rest of if we're not allowed to touch anything, does this mean we're not allowed to sit down?
I'm just gonna sit.
I said sit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sit,
Also,
but
I
do not
don't-
touch.
I think we both outrank him, possibly. I don't remember your rank.
Lieutenant Junior grade.
No, never mind. He can.
She
he can't tell you
managed to
it.
make it to full lieutenant once, but then got demoted because of some very bad rolls.
You said our flight time will be 10 minutes?
In that ballpark, Captain.
Perhaps less. We will see.
Can you give us a brief rundown of what's going on? I'm afraid we just went off of your communique.
I don't think either of us are qualified to give that, sir. Neither of us are read in on the specifics. You will have to wait and speak to Captain Thralick.
Very well.
Oh, great.
Tivate nods.
But you must be prepared to protect the hive at all costs.
Okay. Should we bring anything? We're good. We're good.
I'm sure any equipment you require will be available on the station. It is quite large.
Then seems we're ready to depart.
And that's when, after a few minutes, the ship roars with an unfamiliar hum, because this doesn't have that warp engine bang feeling to it. It just kind of spools up, and then all of a sudden, everything shifts a tiny bit, and you're somewhere else. within within a few minutes. And as you shift from to the new system, you find yourself. Whoops, too close. Let's try that again. Wee. Find yourselves approaching the UP system, where the planet of Upantar resides. You can see that the star that for the system is actually this tiny little burning ember of a red sun, with that barely alights the. If anything, the energy signature and lights about Halanak Station draw your attention a little bit more. Yes, you are impulsing across the solar system. And as you fly by, you can see on the, not so much out the window, but on like little screens, if you were like to pull up a navigational sensor in front of you or next to your chair, you'd see that there's these small scale 3 ships that kind of are coming and going, civil freighters, and then there's the local alien vessels in the system. And that's when you come up to, you start the approach to the, whoops, I should probably grab everybody because everyone's tokens was already set up. I've done this before. Too big, let's try that again. You're too small.
Congratulations, success! You became smaller during your jump.
Yeah, that's the gimmick. You're all shrunk, you see.
Hey, that means we can fly around in the shuttle shooting people with photon torpedoes, right? That's how that works.
Yeah.
It's an untested prototype. Can't be mad. You signed a waiver.
It's also entirely unarmed.
Oh,
It's like, this is
well,
my fault.
we have shields. We can just ram people. I'm pretty sure that'll do pretty good damage.
This is my fault. I signed the waiver without reading it.
We roll the windows down and pull out our Type 2s.
You then suffocate.
There you go.
Yeah, you
Fair.
see the air molecules are.
Are we actually like the first? Is this
the
actually
vacuum
one
is
of its
based-
first test runs?
No.
It's in the first, like,
Okay.
2 dozen, though, still.
Oh no, that's
Yeah, but it's made like 15 or 20 jumps by the time you get
Okay.
back because of things it's had to be doing the last couple of days.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
However, this is the pre-production model, so there are things that have not yet been worked out.
As you start approaching the Upantar planet, you see Halanak Station. It looks like a giant green saucer. If you think of like the Starfleet style saucer section parts of their stations, except it's a lot wider and a lot thicker, and it's this big green luminescent hull. But where instead of the long extension below for the various decks, it does do that to a point, but then there's these long, almost jellyfish-looking tendrils that reach out and seem to be acting as the docking points for larger for anything scale 3 or higher, as this place, and various smaller shuttle bay and scale 2 type, small craft landing areas. To give you an idea of scale, this thing is about a scale 11, so it's not the biggest station you've probably seen, but it's a fairly large station for a society that is not known for having up-to-date cutting-edge tech. In a quick brief, you would all be aware that these people are in a lot of ways are about 100 years behind you. Behind the Federation, but they do have unique technologies that put them beyond the Federation, such as quantum slipstream drives. They seem to have a sophisticated understanding of holograms, that sort of thing.
They developed a little different.
Yep. And dancing about the station, you can see as you're approaching it, you can see that there are various lights swarming about it and moving around every so often. And that's when you would, at first that'd be very strange because those aren't like shuttle lights or anything like that. But you would have been briefed on the idea that what you're seeing out there is one of the 3 member species of the Free Information Sphere, the aliens that own this region of space. They are a photonic-based life form that can live in the vacuum of space. They do have spaceships, because that's how you go faster than light, but they can be outside. And usually during big events, which is a lot of the time at Halanak Station, there'll be a few, in theory, as they're called, milling around the station, just to see ships coming and going.
Just walking around. I'm sure traffic control loves that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Halanak Station, the political, economic, and military capital of the free information sphere. Please enjoy your stay.
Still.
You are very lucky. Silak usually is not nearly as excited.
That's it. So okay.
I'll also say the prototype's not supposed to be landing at the station because of all the hackers around.
Oh, so you're landing at the Da Vinci?
Yeah.
Is the Da Vinci docked with station during the festivities, or are they in patrol around in
No.
orbit of the planet?
Yeah, we strict separation to avoid being taken over in a coup.
And I also think that would make sense because I imagine a lot of ships are flying up to bring people into the place for Harmony Day. So, the Da Vinci probably said, oh, we won't be docked to clear up space for any travelers.
Sounds
to
entirely
the
sensible to
USS
me.
Welcome to the USS Da Vinci A, an Obena-class starship. You may find all of the expected amenities of a starship. Please enjoy your stay.
Is she? Is this character a Vulcan or is she just
Yes.
depressed? Okay.
Thanks for the ride. No, some smooth
Yes,
flying.
yes, welcome. Shoo. Reports
Thank
to right.
you.
Reports to right.
Thank you, lieutenants.
Yes,
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes.
So as
Commander
the
Micah should speak to you shortly.
who does greet these new people coming off of the shuttle?
Haifa will be there, and I'm sure Centurion Rylov will volunteer.
If it was just
Sure.
Rylov, that would be so funny.
Oh yeah, he's tried to have that happen before.
This is Centurion. He protects the hive. Scuttle.
But Ralph will be there with the captain. Well, captain of the vessel, commander.
So yeah, the three of you encounter a Romulan in full naval uniform, Centurion colors and all, alongside a Starfleet commander.
I will walk up to the captain first and say, nice to have you aboard, Captain.
Greetings, Commander.
This is my first officer, Centurion Rylov, is a liaison with the Romulan Senate.
This is my Chief of Security, Mr. Klenn, and my Chief Engineer, 2 of 8.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
We received your message and decided to help us where we can.
Quick query for Captain Dane, Captain Rowe. Sorry, Captain Dane, Captain Rowe.
It doesn't matter, Ro.
I think we've always used both.
Captain, did you bring along any extra people, like a detail of other people from your assignment, or is it just the three of you?
How many can your shuttle fit? Any more people?
One more.
Oh, then we'll have another security person, sure.
Okay.
Well, I think we said the standing capacity was double that, but yeah, it can only sit one more.
Oh yeah, if you wanted to be stuffed in there like sardines for 10 minutes, you can have another 4.
I mean, it's 10 minutes, so sure, we'll bring
Yeah.
some more
Yeah.
security people.
So you didn't sit down.
No, apparently not.
I
Well,
told them they couldn't.
maybe
I was
just
They were
that
doing
out.
No,
I
it's
was
like-
looking over the Vulcan's shoulder the whole time. That's why she was so unhappy.
It's like a subway car. The officers all get to sit down, and the enlisted all have to stand at attention.
There you go.
2 of 8 being Lieutenant Junior Grey just holding on tightly and just praying that she doesn't fall and lose Molano.
Uh-huh.
There was plenty of room in the ceiling, Commander. I do not understand why they stayed where they were.
We can arrange shuttle transport for you to meet with Captain Thralic, but due to security concerns, I can't allow the prototype or the Da Vinci to dock with the station right now.
I understand. That would be advisable as soon as we speak to your captain and see how we can best help better.
Hopefully you will have to help very little and can actually
I agree.
enjoy events as they occur.
Sounds good to me.
I will.
I should just check. The local species, are they... how do they feel about telepath?
The Upantari are limitedly telepathic. I believe they mostly do it through contact with one another.
There's no strong ban among any of them.
There's no
Excellent.
negatives.
I have to remain aboard the ship for now, but Haifa will arrange for a non-experimental shuttle to take everyone else to Halanak.
And
Because
did you
I
want Rylov
assume-
going to the station or staying on the vessel?
One of us needs to stay, but I assumed that you, being the more espionage-y one, would be better to be on the station.
Oh, are we just profiling Rylov like that?
He's a security officer.
It's not profiling if that was literally he literally was an intelligence officer.
It's his job
He was
description.
never an intelligence officer. Where did you
Oh,
get that from?
Sorry, you were in the Romulan Navy for all the different stuff.
He was never an intelligence officer explicitly.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure. We'll just
Also,
get going before this starts getting more racist. God damn.
The same character who is toying with fascism is also pretty much a blatant speciesist.
That's not that.
Multiple times this character says she could not tell hominids apart.
Oh yeah, she couldn't tell a Romulan apart from an Andorian.
I would like to point out that I am actually the biggest fan of Romulans because I was the one who put an embassy of both Romulan governments on the station. I love
You're
Romulans.
right,
So much.
you
I have
encourage-
two
But-
Romulans.
You only did that for the banners.
That's not true. That's fake news.
Anyway, Rylov will go and escort the trio to Halanak
I mean,
Station proper.
if you would rather be the one that stays on the ship, that's
No,
fine.
by all means. It was just funny, the reasoning.
You're a
Oh,
security
you're in the
officer.
Navy.
Go see to the
excuse me.
security
Like, that's a
of the
big
station.
difference. Oh,
There is Navy intelligence, and he wasn't that either.
all Romulans are spies. We know. Ha ha.
Romulans are evil.
But he just has a disruptor, nothing fancy on him.
Not yet.
Obviously, the big weapons are hidden.
Question for our visitors: with your security detail, are they just with their Type 2s, or they walk around with? Do they have like Type 3s and duffel bags, sort of thing? Like, how armed did you bring them? You don't have to have them armed because you are at Halanak Station does have a Starfleet garrison of sorts, so there is a place they can get stuff here if they need to.
If they need it, they can get it from here.
Okay.
We were already cramped enough, whether we had suitcases of guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fairly easy to just give them the authorization to cooperate with the local forces.
And we
Also, I mean, the initial message did ask for discretion, and showing up with Type 3s is not exactly discretion.
So actually, we're all in body armor. We all have personal shields, and we all have our Type 3s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
This is the standard Starfleet.
Sorry.
This is the
Julie
standard
is wearing
Starfleet.
very fancy outfits blend in, but she's wearing armor underneath.
Wearing a nice dress with their Klingon armor underneath.
It works.
I'm just
So-
in my uniform.
Shuttle ride over. As you approach Halanak Station, you see there's a lot of ships moving around. There's ships lifting off from the planet, coming down to the planet. There's freighters hooked up to almost every tendril there is. There's some Klingon freighters. There's some civil Romulan freighters. There's some from here in the other species in the Shackleton. There seems to be some chittering coming on from some part of the thing, but don't worry about that. It's definitely not space squirrels. But there's also a lot of Federation vessels as well. But then there's the variety of Free Information Sphere local vessels. So it is an incredibly packed station, which think the benefit of being on a shuttle that's assigned to Halanak, you don't have to wait in line like everybody else.
Priority docking access.
And it's all the more impressive since we've been out on the frontier. So this is the most
Yeah.
since we left
The
Norindra.
place we come from has one ship, and we totally didn't give it to them.
Actually, inform me a little bit of your mission. Would your mission have any people come here over? Because as I believe they're mostly a planet-based issue.
They achieved warp last week.
Yeah, they're not here. Gotcha.
Well, no, they achieved warp in like 18 days.
But it's... Oh yeah, you're right. In 18 days.
But yeah, as you land in the port, it is very obviously the alienness of it is immediately apparent to you because it is not a Starfleet station at all. Lots of consoles that it's not touchscreens, it's like tactile buttons that they press and dials that they turn. And you have this mishmash of very advanced, like to you, modern day vessels next to very antiquated vessels. What else to point out? You do notice that there are, as you're getting off the shuttle, you would see that there are the regular corridors that doors leading to elsewhere in the station, but there's also secondary doors that are marked. Which do have Starfleet standard language on it, so you don't have to wait for your translators to catch up. Starfleet's been here long enough that they've been able to repaint stuff and add extra languages. But it notates that there's regular movement and then there's a dual environment for people who are aquatic.
Gotcha. I will also just slightly change my answer a little bit. We also have a species of, they're like a bird people that come through, the Kuplix. I don't know if they've been here or not, but they do have warp.
There's probably you probably see one or two of their ships because you're not all that far away. Like you're one sector away. So if someone wanted to trade,
they're not exactly from. They're not from where we are. They're just kind of scattered around the Shackleton.
Oh, so it's probably it's not even necessarily from that system. It's like they're just here. Why? It's another space station.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're a migratory species, is what you're saying.
They got warp and then just went everywhere.
Oh my god.
Like
Fair
human?
enough.
Kinda.
Who goes to greet the guest shuttle?
GM, do I have time right now to do that?
Give me presence or control command difficulty 2, assisted by communications command to see if you're able to find time to get away from get away to say hi.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is a thing best left to Starfleet. Not only do I have plenty of things to do right now, but I feel like getting the rundown from Starfleet would probably be the best for the newcomers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also welcoming them puts a target on your back again.
Focus here. Maybe.
I mean, that was the other reason, but I wasn't going to say that one out loud.
Don't worry, I did.
Because of what's actually going on here, GM, can I spin you on strategy and tactics?
You can, yeah.
Cool. Take a threat for third dot.
Certainly. Helps if we scroll down.
Okay.
3 plus station.
Yep. Station with... What's it assisting with?
Communications command.
Cool.
Plus 1 more.
That's 1.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you need to do, but thankfully you're a station commander, you have staff. There's a lot of things that don't need your personal touch. And even
Yeah.
if you are away from ops, you're gonna get updated on your pad or on your every so often. If it's super urgent, they might call you directly in your comm badge. But you know, you have an XO, you have a staff, you should be fine, short of an emergency.
Yeah, you know, the emergency that's likely to kick off at any moment. You know,
Any second
Uh,
now.
any second now. All right. So as you disembark the shuttle, you see a mediumly tall Andorian woman, currently still with a mechanical left arm. She's working on it. And Captain's Pips step up to greet you.
Captain Thralic, this is Captain Rowe, his Chief of Security, Commander Silla. I might have messed that up. Lieutenant, junior grade, 2 of 8.
Hi.
Pleasure to meet you all. If
It's a
you
pleasure.
care to follow me,
Lead the way.
I can get you up to speed on proper procedures around here.
Lead the way. We'd hate to intrude.
And I will lead the way up to my office.
You do find that you are moving through turbolifts and the like. Lots of people milling around. You see some Ferengi get on and then get off on another floor. See some, a Bajoran or two come in and leave out, so on. Like you there's a lot of stops that you have to do because unless you're in an emergency, there's no reason to race by everybody. I mean, the station's at capacity pretty much.
This is
As
nice.
we're heading up, I'm giving like a brief rundown just on the station. I think of like, here's right now we're passing through the Starfleet section, and then we're going through the scientific section. There's a lot of museums here. Playing tour guide a little bit.
This is very nice. We're still working off a modular setup.
Well, we were lucky enough to be able to make extensive use of the infrastructure already available, so we didn't have to deploy a Starfleet station this far out. It probably wouldn't have been feasible.
We're in that struggle now.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, this looks like quite the place. If this guy ever gives me any vacation, I might have to visit.
If that shuttle's
help you.
available, that's an option.
It is quite lovely.
Commander Haifa does have plans to continue that shuttle past the prototype stage. Exactly how long that will take and how long the option will remain feasible is yet to be determined.
Do keep us updated.
Those are the levels. We go through all the way to level 7. Or no, level 6.
Yeah, instead of going to like the top of the saucer, you go into the center here.
And Ralph will make sure to point out that that's a harmonizer. A harmonizer being local security forces, local police, essentially. Equivalent of Starfleet security, they work with Starfleet security. And he'll also point out the defense personnel that are the Army and are not station security, and don't do any of that on the station.
I sense this is the
Here in
problem.
large numbers. Yeah.
I silently
Yes.
sense this may be the issue.
He's not outright saying it, but he's making sure to make a note of what the differences are. Just like it makes sense to lay this out to people who've never been here before, what the different uniforms mean.
Can I
Really?
ask what the vibe is with the different security personnel? Like, do they seem to work together, or are they like...
Inside security, difficulty of... I'll knock it down. It would be difficulty 2. I'm going to knock it down to 1 because you do have a security detail with you who might point out things you missed.
Mm-hmm. All right. I don't like you having an odd number of threat. That really bothers me, so just take 1.
Thank you. See, everybody? They're nice. Any threat.
Are you saying we don't give you enough threat, Gio?
I guess we didn't give you that warning. We are monsters with threat.
So
Yeah,
don't worry.
we're
Don't worry,
okay.
we are too.
Okay,
Or
good.
have been.
We enjoy giving our GM threat to the point where he doesn't know what to do with it.
Oh, that's not going to be a problem here.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Corby always finds something to do with it.
People keep
Yeah, I
telling
know.
me that multi-threat games are not the norm.
He has spent 100 threat.
A focus in people reading.
I'd say so, yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, in Corby's Klingon game, we got to 40 threat within the first 5 minutes usually.
Yeah, you did.
Well, now I know we need to break a record.
Generate 3 momentum. So you have a float, I believe. The general feel is, there's a few times where harmonizers, you'll see some of the, defense, the Free Information Sphere Defense Force guys, who are usually, these sort of slime-like people, the Upatari, these, plant-like with tendrils and flowers type people who are the Savix caste, and in theory, the light people. And they have various decorations to highlight, one being armed, visibly armed, or wearing some sort of distinction on them to highlight that they're a defense person. They sometimes will congregate at every so often you've seen them congregate in places, and then you see a harmonizer step forward and kind of shoo them away, or break them up, or tell them to move on, or don't block traffic.
Stop having your little meet-ins in the hallway.
Yeah. It looks like the harmonizers are being very firm, but they're not being aggressive. They're just enforcing station security. And the Free Information, the defense guys they'll stand their ground a tiny bit, but they're not. There's no like risk of trading blows. It's a little saber rattling, but it never gets further than that.
Begrudging agreement.
And I will note that you, with that roll, I'll say that the people who live here, when they see those, there's the people who are having that, the defense people and the harmonizers, they're kind of tense, but they break up. But people watching them, the locals, they're very uncomfortable. Like, they're very unfamiliar with this tension. Like, they're not used to seeing this sort of confrontation on the station.
Okay.
I kind of get it spikes more when it's a Starfleet security member who's part of the harmonizers. But it turns into, well, you can't make us move. Well, yes, I can. I'm authorized by the harmonizers to enforce station security. Please move. It's like, oh, well, okay, then they'll go away.
They don't cause as much of a problem when it's their own people. Okay.
You do have a float. You can ask an additional question if you like, or spend 2 to create an advantage from this.
Any ideas, guys?
I got nothing.
I think you answered most of my question about that, and I think the captain will answer the rest. So unless you guys have an idea.
Nope, I know a soldier when I see him. Those look like some soldiers.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess how armed do they appear to be? Like, are they sporting around Type 3s and body armor, or are they? That can be my question.
That's a question worth answering. Sure.
I'm assuming they have different equipment between the harmonizers and the security force, but.
Both sides, at most, are walking around with what they call mass drivers at their belts. They don't use neither the harmonizers nor the FIDF use energy weapons. They use projectile weapons that use gauze weaponry, like rail guns.
Fun.
But they have the equivalent of a pistol.
Okay.
The harmonizers have their uniforms. Everyone's dressed very officially, so there's some sense of armor about it, like the same level of armor a Starfleet uniform would have, which is negligible. So, but there's no one wearing like full plate or full ablative or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that'll do me.
Eventually, you start getting further. Once you get into the Starfleet levels, that's where all that starts peeling away. Now you're seeing almost entirely. You're seeing a lot more FIDF Defense Force people and Starfleet people. You're not seeing civilians as much anymore. You see like 1 or 2 trickling around, some government official or some attaché or some diplomat's person, but it's mostly Starfleet people around here. Until eventually you get to the captain's quarters. The station commander's quarters, I should say. Sorry. Office.
My office, not my quarters. We're not on that term.
Look, I'm just trying to hook you up, that's all.
You're like,
I
wait,
appreciate
what are we
that.
doing?
I'm flattered, but should we go to your quarters? I mean, your office instead.
Everybody's like, I'm still traumatized by my divorce.
All right. So once we arrive at the office, I'll hit a button on the desk, and a little bit of static fills the air. Thank you for coming. I presume that you received the underlaid message to my request.
We did.
Good. Then let's get you briefed on what's actually going on around here. All right. So, about a week ago, my executive officer came to me with information about a faction headed up by the Minister of Defense, who is seeking to establish a full military control of the FIS, transitioning it from being a science conglomerate to a military alliance. We believe this would also result in a fascist government takeover, and that it would likely displace both Federation forces from here as well as some of the less, shall we say, authoritarian inclined governments. It's currently our knowledge that Minister of Defense Jaffa has hired some amount of mercenaries to stage an event to take place during Harmony Festival, which has just kicked off today. We don't know the precise nature of this event, but we have support from within the Free Information Sphere's government in various positions to take actions to prevent the either seizure of power by military means or the apparent staged attack that we believe might be happening. To that end, the USS Da Vinci has been on patrol and is ready to jump in to do what it can to prevent such an attack. Any questions thus far?
Are these local mercenary forces that have been hired?
Oh, sorry, I have to make a roll apparently. Sorry.
That's me. They're the consortium of Tay as the mercenary forces.
I am
I'm not familiar.
A body that does exist within the Federation.
Oh, Captain, you may roll reason security difficulty or insight security difficulty of 2. You might have been briefed about them, but they're like before you came out to your current assignment.
They're not a local issue. They are Federation, so. And that is, wow.
That's 2 generated with that.
Yes, which would be float.
Your scan Ryloff indicates there's no one listening in. The white noise generation is blocking out anyone. The only way someone's hearing something is if they're in this room.
We'll just make an advantage of having a passive alert on the tricorder that if something does change that fact, he'll be notified. So he doesn't need to actively look. He can just get a ping.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Do you have a plan to handle this? How can we help?
have. I would say we have several plans, but they're all in various stages right now.
The issue comes in that what they intend to do is during Harmony Festival. At best, we can be very reactive. But having an idea of what we're reacting to and how to react is what we're looking at.
If this is an entity that these mercenary forces are an entity that operates inside the Federation, have you tried reaching out and paying more to see what they plan on doing.
I don't
The
believe we
highest
had
buyer gets best deal.
We have not. I don't believe we have a direct in with the consortium of Tay, so to speak.
Hmm.
Although, if you have any thoughts on the matter, of course.
I don't have
You're
any
welcome.
connections within this organization. I do know some. I do want to roll that check to see what I know about these guys. More focusing on who they work with more routinely. Maybe I do know some people who could point us the right direction. I don't think I have a focus for this unless colonial operations works, but I doubt it.
At complication, I take it. It's related, but not exactly what I'm looking for.
Sure.
Well, that makes it.
You're at an even number of threats, so we're good there.
Oh, I see how it is.
It really bothers me. I'm sorry. It's just something.
Yeah. It's good to be aware of.
I hear the kitty.
Where are you? There you are.
The reason I ask is I don't have anybody who knows about, I doubt, the Tay, but if they work with other polities, maybe.
Trying to. Aha! There we go.
Have some contacts in the Shellyak corporate if they work together. I don't know.
You're familiar with a certain analysis regarding them.
Alrighty. Continue talking while I read this.
As you probably have to sit there and think, like, man, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
it's not a thing you worry about in your assignment. It's like,
Yeah.
They don't operate out here normally.
No one operates where we are.
Sure.
Well, that sounds like
All
would
we
make
got
things
are
easier.
jellyfish and rolling ball people.
Yes. One of our primary concerns in acting here is this is not a Federation subject, member, or otherwise. It is a partner. And the Halanak Agreement only authorizes cooperation with the government. The legal government, granted, but has no specifications as to a coup. And given Starfleet's non-interference policies, is a fine line for you all to be walking on. And by extension, me to be walking on while working with you.
I understand. We'll help where we can. We don't have much support out here, so we have to help each other.
Indeed.
You said you had several plans in motion. What seems to be the leading?
That's a good question. GM.
Y'all.
I guess that's which of the extended tasks had the most success?
Well, we just had the one extended task at that point, but
Yeah, we never did finish that, didn't we?
I think it was ruled we were going to finish it, so he wasn't going to continue it.
Yeah. Think so.
Yeah, that last session ran a little bit long because we kept making
Oh, there it is. There it is.
tracks.
It was he had 0 threat and we had all the momentum. It was like he.
Yeah.
But the general belief, at least that I hold, is something in in the vein of the mercenaries acting and having conveniently a lot of accurate information on, say, where the harmonizers, and particularly where Starfleet is, which allows the defense force to be the heroes in the situation.
And actually,
But that
this
not
is
confirmed.
I'm gonna throw. Whoops, 1 second. I'm gonna throw a roll at Kovic to see if either Kovic, Sairana, or Haifa, you can work to assist each other. But there's one roll here of seeing what you are doing currently. Because I imagine the three of you are in each your own ways trying to counter what the Minister of Defense is up to.
Yes.
Oh, and Kovic can consider himself very well informed on events because of a certain friend.
Right.
Myself and Thralik took a couple shots at it then. So do you want to take a shot at it, Kovic, and we can assist?
Sure. Was that the extended task in the Discord?
Yes.
Yes, and I'm going to claw that difficulty way up because there's a ton of people here. That was Diff 1, Diff 2, 3, Diff 4, Diff 5.
It's much harder to plan a counter coup when there's a million people on board your station, and also the coup is about to go off with a name in it.
7, 8,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
11, 12. And claw back a lot of the work because there's a ton of people here.
Okay.
Well, of course you've got a medical emergency, Nautic. You put a Klingon and an Oscan in the same cell. What did you expect? This is what comes of not following your professional development. I told you to read up on interspecies development. Jesus, I hate Harmony Fest.
So you may
Everybody's
perform. Oh, go ahead.
Everybody's like, I am so sorry. It's only going to get worse. Trust me.
I believe.
Okay.
I believe that you guys had done a control roll and a presence roll, so I think all that's left is a reason roll. Because you have to do at least each of them
for
once.
security.
You can,
Instead of
yes.
command. Yes.
You can.
Let's see. Hard-boiled detective as a trait.
Yep. Do you want resistance or difficulty?
What's my resistance up to?
3.
Okay, let us take down the difficulty. Cynic as a trait.
I wouldn't take it here.
Okay. Intuitive as a trait.
Diff or resistance?
Let's do the resistance now. Okay. And I'm just doing different things to try and oppose the minister's deals, right?
It's a lot of prophylactic movements where you're just trying to make sure you're trying to outguess what he might do, and if you do that, then if he does this, then you have to do that. So you're trying to outplan his plans. You're trying to guess what he's going to try to do, and just be in the way as much as possible.
Investigative techniques.
Sell me on it.
Well, part of this, and you kind of nailed it too, when you're trying to guess what they're doing and counter it. I mean, that is kind of part of what a criminal investigator does, is kind of put themselves in the head of, the criminal that they're trying to catch or investigate. And, okay, what are they likely to do? Okay, then we need to do this,
Okay, I
that's
follow
my
you.
pitch. Okay. Very good. We got a diff 4. Gotta spend this now. Let me activate the Silver Star of Harmony, which lets me double my focus range. So it's now 10 or lower will get me a crit.
Okay.
We got 4. Let me spend. I'm going to want some of that momentum there, but 1. Spend 3 momentum and 3 threat for a full mitt. Here goes nothing.
All zeros. Let's go. Well, you did it wrong.
That's 1. Nope. The first one's a crit. Second one's a 1. Third one's a crit. Then a 1, and then another crit. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 on my roll. Plus 9. Now, not plus 9. Plus 1 for Thralic is 9.
Can I assist as well?
You certainly can.
Politics as a focus?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I rolled way too many dice. I didn't click the button fully. Just take the 1.
God, look at those 2s.
I'll take the 1. Any assist from Commander Haifa during the past few days?
Focus in cultural studies.
I would take that, yeah. So that's what? 10? 11?
11.
So your target was 4, so gain a lot of momentum. 7 momentum generated.
Okay.
You owe me 7 challenge dice.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay, let's spend 1 of the Folot on resistance to get rid of that resistance completely.
Being assisted by Thralic, is there special things that happen with you?
I think I get a reroll if I needed it.
He also gets essentially vicious.
Vicious or
on the
piercing, yeah.
icons. Yeah.
I've got enough to take care of the resistance, so let's do vicious to bump up the work.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I count 13 raw. Which, there's no resistance, so it's just 13 straight.
So, if you dump your 6 faux lot and 1 from the table, you complete the task.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me.
Actually, if I spend 7, don't I get an additional breakthrough?
Yeah, that's the 6 and the 1 on the table.
Yeah, 6 and 1. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah.
We had the same plan with different words. Funny man.
Yeah.
So in your hands, Thralic, you would have the report, the plans that you, Kovac, Serena, and Haifa all kind of worked on over the last few days. The large plan is to prevent the most important thing is making sure they don't seize Halanak Station, because if you take Halanak, you have Upantar. That becomes the beginning and end of the problem. So, but you can't ban FIDF people from being on the station because they do work here. So it's a matter of, there's 3 big ways you can keep them off. One is keep them to their ships for the most part, giving preference to the civilians and visitors who are coming. 2 is to funnel them down to the planet, because there are celebrations that happen on Upantar itself and its moons. And 3rd is probably the most obvious counter, is to force their ships to not even be docked to Halanak Station. That's be like elsewhere in the system or not even in system, to kind of clear up traffic. But so that one has the most distance to countering having a lot of his people here, but it's the most obvious that you're culling them out, or you're separating them away from a festival. But the other 2 have them a little closer. One is right up to the station, but they're not on the station per se, and the other is them down on the planet or the moons.
Personally, I prefer
think
the
I'd
planet
like
side.
I think I'd like to go with the subtlest approach here, probably.
Well, let me ask, do we have a way of identifying friendlies in the military? Like, for one, I'm thinking about that, in theory, Commodore, who showed tremendous restraint even when he was being pushed into starting a shooting war over the Harbingers.
I have a favor with him.
Yeah, I mean, do we have a method maybe of getting friendly military ships docked at our ports so that, oh, sorry, we're full?
For 2 momentum, you can have that come up, but you have it is clear who's on what side of the aisle,
Okay.
as it were.
Yeah, and that way we can, also get maybe sorry, there's no room, you just didn't get here in time, guys. Of course, I guess the flip side is the Minister of Defense could always order them to undock. But their crews are all spread throughout Halanak Station. Who knows how long it will take to get them back on board the ship?
It's really just, more efficient if we have you land down on the planet below.
Yeah.
Or on the moon.
I feel like the more subtle approach gives the defense minister less room to counter back.
Agreed.
But we need more eyes around. And they'll look at, their captain, commander, and lieutenant in terms of to observe any counter movements that may happen.
So what's the subtle move here? I think I missed that taking notes.
Most of the essentially, because we've got friendlies at the docks, redirecting the non-friendlies towards planet side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I also suggest in that vein, because the Minister of Defense thinks that say Rana is on side, are there any ships which nominally would be part of his faction but are kind of more loyal to the political effort that Rana has built rather than necessarily his?
Or maybe have remaining loyalties to the presiding speaker from his term as Minister of Defense.
Yeah, actually, that brings up a good question. Have I been this is slightly unrelated, but have I been contacted by the defense minister about any of this in these past few days? Because if I have information to give the team, I would obviously give it.
If you did.
For momentum, I'll take that. I'll answer something along that line, because you would have learned something.
There's the listening device that you're wearing as well.
So you know that there's going to be that the Ministry of Defense has a combination plan of system, station, planet is the 3-prong thing that's to seize control of Halanak Station. So one is having ships in system to be in position to call in the mercenaries should they be needed, which likely, depending, because they don't really have a great understanding of the Da Vinci's combat capabilities, but they do know it is an advanced ship to them, so they need to have they may just try to make up for it in numbers. Second is trying to just put as many FIDF people on station as possible, and then when things kick off, using that confusion to try to seize control of the Starship section. And third is having control of various government facilities on Upantar itself. Because there are, even though it's primarily Upantari people down there, there are some free information sphere stuff down there that would be good for them to take control of, their basic transporter centers, but they're more like for cargo. But it's good not to have it's good to have those under control. The defense platforms on the ground, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Media centers, the military bases, power plants, all the kinds of things that you want to make sure is loyal to you.
But the big thing you have definitely countered with this role, it is countering the station part of it. That part of the prong is blunted, really just because there's just not enough of them to seize the station without defeating the station's defenses.
Okay, in that case, I will bring up to I will share all of that. I will have shared all of that with the team. and I will raise the question of what is our plan for the ground or the planet and moon side of things. Because it will be very hard to take the planet. Oh, bad. It'll be very hard to take the planet if we only control the station.
I mean, I can read in Harmonizer BIM.
I think we might have to do that.
I think that is the nickname of the
Even if
head harmonizer on Upentar.
even if you can't make plans to counter, at least being able to know about and respond to any actions from the government would be great.
So, sorry, the order was system, station, planet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which means that Da Vinci can't really help with the other two. Because we're the only thing for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And all this is communicated to you three because this is Thralic and Rylef telling you what they've learned over the last couple
briefing
days.
us. I've been thinking about the source of this issue, which seems to be the instigators, which, as you said, was this Tay, correct?
They're not the
To the best of
instigators.
your knowledge.
The
Well, they're the
Minister
ones who
of
are going to cause the
Defenses.
problem, right? That
They
he's
seem to be reinforcements to the problem.
reinforcements.
Yeah, we think those may be the mercenary group that they'll call in. Feed that kitty, Rylov.
It is actually now time, so I will do that.
Just to make sure I understand, they're the mercenaries, but they aren't the actual instigators. They're just being paid to cause trouble.
Yeah, they're being paid to cause
Right,
trouble.
yeah.
How is your connection to the Federation Subspace Net out here? How reliable is your communications?
Not good. We are very far away. It takes hours, if not days, to have a message make contact and come back.
Unless you use the shuttle prototype as a courier.
I mean, we're not that bad to Narendra, are we?
It's
I ask,
days.
to my knowledge, I have some contacts. We've had some dealings with the Shellyak corporate. They have a branch office sort of thing with us. I believe they've hired out this organization a couple of times. We might be able to use that as a in to get some information. I could reach out, but I don't know if they will receive the message in time. They will want something in exchange. It is a corporate. We would be buying the information.
Not unusual.
No?
Actually, let me give you a time. Let me get you some time on how long it takes to talk back to Narendra.
Okay, she's dead. Sorry.
Over. You guys are like up here. Where is my thing? Guide.
Oh yeah, we are pretty close.
2 hours for a message to get to Narendra, and then 2 hours for a message to get back, because there's no subspace buoys.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I take that back. Is that 2 hours? That's even longer. I'm actually, I can't tell time. Hello? There we go.
I mean, you are Canadian.
No, I was right. 2 hours. They're 2 hours back. I was right.
What do you think, Captain? I don't really have anything on the table here to bargain, so.
Tharok's in deep thought, but Centurion is paying attention.
What
Or Centurion.
what kind of captain are you? I know that sounds like a.
I understand the question.
Yeah, it's a question that makes sense to ask. It just sounds
Yeah.
very rude.
I understand the question.
I rolled that, and my false instinct was very protective to make noises.
It's fine. It's a Romulan setting with a very bland voice, so...
I attempt to handle things peacefully. And when that doesn't work out, well, that's why Clinton's here. I like to see where I can stick my nose into things and turn it my way.
So the station side of things seems quite potentially blunted. We don't have anyone planet side. And from what I do hear, Upantar is supposed to be very lovely this time of year, but also someone that can express values of cooperation as a first response rather than a, an elbow. That could be of value. And as you said, if things don't go correctly...
Minister of Defense, is he on planet?
Unknown. There is shockingly little information available about this individual. That is, I believe, what first clued in our Captain of the Stars, a local rank, but the executive officer of the station, to certain things that didn't make sense.
Now his offices and the ministry itself is here on
yes,
Halanak Station on level 2.
But he hasn't been seen?
He has been briefly, but there's no travel plans.
If you think we would be of use on the planet, I'm certainly willing to go down there and see what we can do.
It's an option.
We would be a distraction, nonetheless.
I'd hope you'd be more than just a distraction. It's
Having some eyes down there would be definitely appreciated.
We can do that.
Yeah, it's your shindig. Put us where we can be your best help. We're happy to cause a little misdirection, a little attention.
Now, hopefully just enough of a show of unity. Now, that is what this celebration is supposed to be about. May incline people to back you up, if not abandon their efforts.
Fair enough.
Agreed. We're very much balanced on a nice edge right now. I don't believe this movement has enough popular support to succeed if it is pushed at the right moment.
Of course, if someone doesn't get the idea that unity is the preferred path, well, small smile.
I think we can do this. So we do lack a lot of understanding of the local populace, but I think we'll figure it out.
We can also send someone with you who could assist with that. I assume you prefer Starfleet personnel or a local?
That would be more helpful, yes, a local.
All right, I'll talk to the Harmonizer's office and see if I can get you someone that our Chief Harmonizer trusts.
All right, good.
It'll probably be Nymoth. Maybe Rilan.
Then me and mine will be your eyes and ears on the planet.
I appreciate it, Captain.
And 2 of 8 is an engineer.
Correct.
It's one of the few things I have honor with. For now.
I forget what's on the moon as a large part. What is the moon base? Given that's one thing that is apparently a risk.
The 2 moons. There are 2 moons to Upantar. And there are small research bases and defense platforms, but mostly research stations and the like. People don't live up there. People just do experiments. They don't want to risk the biome of the planet over. They'll take them up to the moons and do it up there instead. That sort of thing.
but they still want to take them just so that they can say they've taken ground. Probably.
They'll want,
Or if I
yeah. If they want to
misunderstood
seize the planet, if they seize the planet but not the moons, then that becomes an issue because the moons and the planet's facilities are linked into each other, separate from Halanak. So if you seize the planet but not the moons, that's half the problem. If you seize the moons but not the planet, then the planet can just retaliate. So you kind of need to get it all at once.
Potentially the two of us, either between both moons or working on one moon with, likely between both moons, could help work against whatever might carry on there.
That's good to know.
Does that sound acceptable to you, 208?
It does.
Sounding like a plan again.
Thus, where do people go? Unless there's any other planning you wish to do before in the station commander's office.
Nothing from me. I felt fine.
So,
Nope. Unless the captain wanted me to go try that contact, I don't think so.
I mean, I was kind of in and out for that, so if you want to try and get in contact with someone who might have information, I'd say go for it. But
Well,
it's going to take too long. Then we need
Probably, it was gonna take like 4 hours, and then you missed the downside of we have to like pay them with something.
Well, okay, probably best to just get down to the planet then.
Agreed.
Alternatively, it was pointed out that the Haifa can be used as the Haifa prototype can be used as a physical mail courier because it could get all the way to Halanak and back inside of an hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
In our dealings with them, it'd still take like 50 trips, so probably.
It's true.
Yeah.
It would be paperwork, and yeah, it's fair.
They're very particular.
Okay.
Yes.
that sounds
Got it.
delightful.
We just sent someone
Hey.
from the Arillis Consortium to negotiate with.
We already do.
They are a challenge to deal with.
Oh, yes.
All right. Then I guess I'll just be sending the captain down by way of the harmonizing office.
We'll get you to meet Kovic and he can set you up. He's an Iosian.
All right.
Gather you all up as you head off to
Nope.
Harmonizer's
She was
office.
being kidnapped somewhere else.
Guvate's being kidnapped? Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, kidnapped and saying she's going with me are probably not the right sentence there. However,
Jovate's like, why would you want to kidnap me? I have no honor.
just-
Jovate has a pathetic low self-esteem.
We're working on it.
it's just for the Borg tech.
Jovate's just depressed.
We're
Being
working on it.
assimilated is hard when you're a Klingon.
I'm getting that. Yeah.
Oh, she's a Klingon?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I missed that
No, I
part.
didn't.
Oh, well.
Well, entire thing is basically not only did she lose not only did she lose to an enemy, she became the enemy.
Yeah, Rylov just has a trait that might come into this.
He doesn't like
Like,
Klingons.
not for free will, mind you, but she was still the enemy.
Yeah, don't worry.
And then she woke up, and then she got, like, de-assimilated, liberated, I'm not sure what the correct term is. And then she
Liberated.
found out her
Liberated.
family disowned her, her husband left her.
Charming.
Yeah.
She was basically told to stay out of Klingon space, join Starfleet because she had nowhere else to go, and now spends her days just making sad Klingon noises.
We're working on the self-confidence.
I think
it's not
we'll probably
going.
head to the same moon because if we hold both the planet and a moon, they are left with just a single moon, and what are they going to do with that?
Mm-hmm.
Be
It'll
sad?
be a nice place to surrender at.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what Starfleet ships are good at when it comes to getting people off of single moons?
I recall your last operation to get someone off a moon didn't go too well.
Yeah, but I didn't have access to engage in orbital bombardment at that time.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you do now either.
That sounds like someone who's in a station who can't tell me no.
Query: the guest security detail, are they staying with the command staff, or are they going with the mission with Centurion Ralph and the Lieutenant 2 of 8?
I would think they have their own. They could grab their own squad, so
Oh yes, we'll
we'll bring ours with us.
Okay.
If
And
they're on our guard or something like that.
so
Win last.
as you're making your way to the Harmonizer's office, we swing the camera over to Sayrana. New scene, by the way.
I'm keeping it though.
Oh, if we're separating, I'll then say to 2 of 8, Kapla.
I wish to return to you soon. Juve is depressed.
Don't worry, Rylov has to work with a Klingon.
That's what you get for not going to the black ships. Your dishonorable will outlive you. No, I mean, no, you can always get it back. It's fine.
Well, she did, but then we left. So.
Well, that's your problem. So Captain of Star Sayrana.
And then the best part is they actually saw her in in Grethel.
Oh no.
Oh.
Which on one hand she killed Moloch, which was kind of good for her self-esteem, but then she saw herself in the fields of Grethel, and she's like, "Well, I have no hope."
Don't worry.
Sayrana.
Hello.
Hello. So you're in Station Ops. You have a very busy populace, and this is an event that you're used to. It's a biennial event, so twice a year. This always comes up. It's always a big event. The two holidays basically line up into each other. Tons of ships coming and going. Lots of events going on. The biggest ones going on today are the Zero-G athletic competition. Basically amounts to getting a disc into an opposing goal sort of thing. And another is a cultural dance festival that the Savix Cast are hosting on Halanak Station. Those are the big events that they're doing. There's lots of littler exhibitions and stuff going on, but those are the big things for today. I got that backwards. The Zero-G competition's happening on Station. The dance is happening on Open Tire.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can't dance on a space station. That's ridiculous.
The Savage Cast, they're dancing in water on a space station.
That's the premise of the most recent adaptation of Footloose. They've banned dancing on a space station.
I would watch that.
Oh, however, thanks to author giving me some points, there is a complication. Apparently, someone from House Sagitta has learned of a certain Klingon aboard your station, and they're raising a rather sternly worded, as in and loud protestation that they must be led to a certain individual. Which it isn't immediately clear who they're talking about, but they seem really mad that somebody in particular is here. And I'll be right back.
Okay.
After all the complications I've caused as players, I deserve it.
Yeah, that was coming.
Like,
Oh.
I don't like. I've caused his players enough pain. It's only fair that he does it to us.
He likes to do that here.
We like to do it to him, so it's fair.
Last time we were trying to incite a war between the Ched and the Jati.
Huh.
He said no.
Wow.
I mean, one way to stop this coup is just to blow up the star.
Damn it.
Also, no.
Hashtag give me some points, Arthur. Hashtag help us out, Arthur.
That's not helping.
Actually, I appreciate you guys letting us use the Slip Space Shuttle as our mode of transport. We're just going to sit in that the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The star goes up, we'll just go.
hand hovering over the engage button.
Yeah.
We'll make sure it's put to good use.
I like to think too, based somewhere is going. Why do I feel like I am suffering karma for something that I'm not sure I did? And for once,
I
it
think-
doesn't have to do with my lack of honor.
I think it's about time Subkita hit the station. I've been trying to sell Seirana used barrels for weeks now.
No,
It's
no,
true.
no. You've
True.
already sold her. You have sold her on this. It's just, you have to sell everyone else on the team about it. That's the hard part.
You're trying to get them to buy used barrels.
Not used.
Okay,
Sugita has
okay.
a star yard.
Oh, okay.
I'm back.
Hello.
It's not happening.
I know it's not happening, and that makes me very sad. So you don't have to rub it in.
Yes, angry Klingon time, as well as the other events going on. Also, you're briefed that the guests have arrived and where people are going.
Yes.
More or less.
Okay, and yeah, I would like to. I will hear about the angry Klingon stuff, and I would like to be the one who handles this. I would like to summon this guy into my office so that we can talk about it.
Give me presence or control. Plus command. Difficulty of 2, assisted by communication command. To basically get him to understand through the pipeline that it's the executive officer of the station and that you're calling him up to talk to him, sort of thing. I don't want to talk to any old person. Like, no, I'm the XO of the station. I'm the second most important person here.
They focus in etiquette.
Yeah, there's a way to talk to Klingons. Down to them is
Okay.
usually a good thing. Like they're a 5-year-old. What? Why am I being punched?
Deovade's like, eh.
All right. You have. Sure. Why not? 1 momentum, 2 threat.
Hooray!
We live on the edge.
Plus station. That's a comp.
Station is so helpful today. You have no idea.
It loaded the wrong attachment.
It's fine.
Let it stand.
Yeah, why not? It's not like he can get any madder, can he?
You can get more
It's
armed.
a Klingon.
Actually, I know what to do with that. He's not more armed. That wouldn't make sense anyway.
He just has more arms.
Well, they are getting more progressive. They're letting in other aliens now into the KDF, so get real.
Yeah.
Right? They get to be officers now.
Oh, I thought he was just carrying them around in a bag.
I use them to hit people with, and is throwing weapons. How do you get more? I find more.
You can rip them off your enemies. Like a Wookiee.
Oh, it works if I click on
Infinitely replenishable, as long as you have enemies.
As long as you yell reload while you.
So you call up this Klingon to your office on station? Would that be correct?
Yes.
In strides in, one you are informed as a Commander Korta, who is of House Tarkin, a banner house to House of Gitta. Are you the
Okay.
Batak keeping me from my honor?
Hey, my name is Hagnath. You can call me Captain Seirana. I am the officer who you would like to speak to if you have any complaints. If you would tell me what's been bothering you so much, perhaps we can come to some kind of solution that will make you happier.
I've been told through my connections that there is a dishonorable Klingon here who has dishonored themselves and betrayed the Empire, and somehow they lurk upon your station. I want to know where they are so I may see their death.
Well, I would like to point out that this is not the Klingon Empire. This is the FIS, and that so long as you are in the FIS, you must follow FIS law. Murder is a crime in the FIS, and someone being dishonorable in your eyes is not. It's not an exculpatory factor here. You don't have to interact with this person. You don't even have to like them. What you do to them outside of FIS space is none of my business, but I cannot allow you to execute someone because you have a personal distaste for them.
So you would shield the dishonorable one? You would hide them from us?
No, I said no such thing, sir. What's your name again, sir? Tarkin?
I am Commander Korta of House Tarkin. You will do well to remember that, slime.
Commander Tarkin, I must say, I don't appreciate being called a slime, and I would recommend you use more polite language when referring to me in the future.
President's command to post, as you're standing up to him. Because you're right, he is being very disrespectful. Even for a Klingon, there's lines you're allowed to do, and that's a little too far.
Yeah, no, I what I'm trying to do is either get him to stand down or have him actually get mad at me and jump on me, and then we can just arrest him for assault, and then, be done with it all.
You have to survive that.
Yeah.
Look, are you going to complain if Serana gets murked by a random Klingon?
Yeah, Winchester, she doesn't have any arms. She's safe.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
I have
I mean,
a pretty
that's-
strong position on fascists getting cut in half by Klingons, and it's not in Serana's favor.
Yeah. Yeah,
Also,
no,
Tarkin isn't his last name. That's his house. Like, his loyalty.
Oh, did she call him Mr. Tarkin? Well, she doesn't know that. Sure. Gravinian, how many dice are you buying?
I'll just buy one.
All right, then I will buy one as well, so you can take that threat back.
Okay. And now I'll buy 5. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of my traits will impress a Klingon. But that roll might.
I have at least 2. I don't think that 13 fires, though. It does. 1, 2, and 3 hits.
All right.
To your 4, you gain a momentum. He bares his teeth at you, which he does like lots of like things that are very intimidating to a humanoid or a Vulcanoid, but you're an Upantari. So a lot of these gestures don't mean anything to you. You understand xenoculturally what they're supposed to mean, but there's no like instinct, there's no survival instinct of, oh no, teeth are scary. It's like, yes, you have an exoskeleton, but good luck biting through it. But that is the one thing you shouldn't be doing with an Upantari, is biting them.
Yeah, it's like giving like a Roman the middle finger. Like, they might understand contextually that, oh, that's a rude gesture, but they also don't know what the fuck you mean.
It's like, and then he just staring at you, and then you can tell that his eyes are drifting around. He's not sure where exactly he's supposed to look, so it makes him look very uncertain. And then he just kind of.
Sir, might I suggest a distraction of kinds? I think there are many activities for you to enjoy during Harmony Fest. We have many pickup games of ball sports that you might find fun. We have many physical tasks. See, we need someone to be carrying torches during a ceremony later on. I think that would be a very honorable job. Could you imagine telling other Klingons that you were torchlighter for an important FIS ceremony? Oh, they'd be so impressed.
Do I get to
Why
set
don't-
people on fire with it?
No.
Oh.
But you do light a bonfire
FIS is so lame.
You light a bonfire symbolizing the eternal linkage in mind, body, and spirit of all members of our union. So that's pretty cool, right? It's the best I can do, sir. I don't know how to explain this to you, but you can't commit murder on this. I mean, sir, if you do commit murder on the station, you will go to jail for it.
It'd be interesting to see your harmonizers try, but fine. But I make no promises. If I come across them, I will not let my honor be blemished. I will see it done.
Okay, so I feel like in the FIS we probably have some kind of law against death threats or this isn't just I wish you die, but like I will assault and maybe kill you if I see you thing. So can I press like a subtle panic button to get some people in this room to drag him away because he just admitted to a crime?
That's the harmonizers. He's not
Yeah.
threatening the station. He's threatening a person on the station, which is a harmonizer problem.
Okay, in that case, yeah. Could I say there's a panic button under the desk that I can press to summon a couple harmonizers to take him away? Because I know he might.
We are
Klingon and
very
all.
busy right now.
I mean, I know
want to
you
make
are
it
very
clear,
busy
I
right
am
now.
perfectly okay with being threatened.
Yeah. Okay. You
In
might.
a tabletop RPG, context is important.
To
You
be
might
fair,
be
if he
okay
tries,
with
it's not going to go
threatened.
well for him. So
Oh my god. You guys might be okay with him making threats, but it's still a crime. So she's not going to let him do this without punishment. We have to show the Xenos that they can't get away with their,
Here we go.
Here we go again.
Daring plus security opposed. Assisted by comm security. This is you just subtly hitting the button in a way that isn't obvious you're calling security.
We have to show the Xenos are not above our laws.
Serrano's not a very understanding person.
I thought building the wall around the station would stop all this trouble, but
Oh my god. This man is actively threatening to kill another person because he doesn't like them, but I'm the bad guy. I see how it
he's
is.
a Klingon. That's hello.
Okay,
I mean, you
and
can't deny the Klingon a right to defend herself.
I would have the same result if he was any other species, okay?
Because
You
we're all
need
the
a chance
same?
to regain her honor.
Yeah, she can't tell the difference.
Okay.
Except
Yeah, they're
for
all
you, because
vaguely
to her, you're
humanoid.
not even real.
Okay, GM.
Yeah.
A couple ideas. One, prestigious in the FIS. A lot of as you may have noticed, I have a certain reputation in the FIS. So maybe, I got this panic button specifically because I knew that something like this might happen, and therefore it needs to work.
Back when she thought she would be leading the coup.
I wouldn't say so. No.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Worth asking though.
Could I hit you for amorphous form for a free hit? I don't have a limb. I don't directly have limbs in the same way that he does. It's much harder to read my body language to realize what I'm about to do.
I'll take that. Yeah.
All right. Alrighty. Do we have any momentum? We have one momentum. So we do. Okay. Your daring security is probably a lot better than mine, and by probably, it definitely is a lot better than mine. I'm rolling a 10. Okay, I'm getting one free hit. But I don't really want to spend my determination right now. So why don't you're rolling two? You're buying 2 dice. So why don't I spend 1 momentum and 2 threat, 3 threat, 5 threat to roll 5?
Oh goodness.
If you want to buy up to 5, that's fine.
Oh no, I'm
but-
good. I know where I'm spending these.
Oh, is it for the stabbing part? Yeah. Sirana, it was nice knowing you.
See, beat you by 1 and complicate. Yep.
You gonna die in an
Oh no, you're
issue that's
even.
not even related to the big problem?
You are equal with a complication on his side,
yeah.
so you win.
So you win. You win because it's a tie with a complication. So it's just he's as you're moving about in your amorphous way. He is kind of like on guard, and he has that killer instinct, like he's ready for anything. Except he hasn't fought many amorphous people before. Maybe a changeling, but they don't fight in that form all that often. So he's he's looking for stuff, and you just very subtly just tap something at your feet equivalent. It's like tick. I can touch anywhere. I don't know. You're looking everywhere but what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Very quickly, it turns into a loud shouting match, and don't worry, the harmonizers will deal with this, and Kovac will get a report of some broken arms and limbs. But Korta will be subdued with enough forces.
I'm assuming like the second the 2 harmonizers or whatever, the team of harmonizers show up, there's a fight. But like the goal here, he is a high-ranking member of the Klingon nobility if he's a commander. So I don't actually expect charges to be filed or for him to like serve a prison sentence. I expect he's going to be like up and out soon. I just don't want him to murder anyone on my station. So if he spends the night in prison, that suits me just fine. And with that taken care of, I would check in with the team about what to do next for a counter coup, but I don't think I can because we're all off doing things. So I'm not quite sure what I should do next.
Unless anyone has any suggestions, I think we'll swing over to Haifa.
That sounds good.
Commander Haifa. New scene. Don't worry about it. There's no momentum on the table anyway. Someone spent them all.
Yeah, too much to ask to share momentum with us non-slimes.
Hey, I had to fight a Klingon in a shouting match. I don't appreciate the implications here.
Just let him headbutt you. It'll be fine. I'm sure nothing bad would happen.
You could have let him kill me. Maybe then I could have died with honor.
No one is killing anyone.
But
Do you know how much paperwork they have to fill out? If
Some
that happens?
high
It's not
hopes
worth
for
it.
today.
yeah, there's about to be a lot of people killing other people.
Yeah.
Okay. No one is killing anyone unless we actually have to kill them to save democracy. Now, what that means is up to interpretation, but I don't think it includes killing this guy.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought you weren't supposed to be an advocate of democracy.
I think you might find that her definition of democracy might be a little bit different than the Federation's.
Okay.
That is something.
So she
I am
recently
just
had a
touching.
change of heart.
Change of definition.
So, Commander Haifa aboard the Da Vinci A. What are you up to?
We haven't received any updates as far as I'm aware. So
At most, you know that Ryloff and 2 of 8 are heading to one of the moons. And you know that Dainro and Clint are meeting with the Harmonizer. And you would have been updated by the command staff that there was a security incident at Seirana's office, but it seems to have been resolved by the Harmonizers. The actual report's much longer, but that goes to the Harmonizer, not you. That's not your problem.
I want to look for a place.
Everybody knows your name. Sorry.
Are you
To
though?
a place that would be easy to hide in the system. given that we have a slim sensor silhouette.
Reason con, difficulty 2, assisted by your ship's sensors com. And actually, grab you because I the system as a whole, not just. Whoop.
All right. I'm going to activate the emergency navigational hologram because it doesn't cost crew support. Gonna spin the threat. Focus in helm controls or astronavigation.
Astronavigation's better, but yeah. Either would work.
Methodical planning for an assist here?
Because you guys did succeed at the extended task, yes.
Mm-hmm. That's why I wanted the extended task number, basically. And targeting tactics focus.
Hydrate. Okay. Thank you for the reminder. So you generate 2 momentum. So are you trying to be hidden from anyone in near Halanak station in orbit of that planet, or anyone in system as a whole? Just to clarify.
In system, because I doubt they're gonna jump right on top of Halanak. They're probably gonna jump into the system, right?
The 2 places to hide would be either in the asteroid field, the asteroid belt, in the inner systems, or hiding within the gases of the gas giant for the system would be the 2 places to hide. The gas giant's more risky because you are immersing the ship in dense gases. You'd have to immerse it enough that it helps blunt your sensor silhouette, but it'd be in an exchange. It's interesting. If you do the asteroid belt, it's fairly easy, but it increases the difficulty to see you by 1. If you go into the gas giant, it increases it by 2.
Asteroid's fine. And can
Difficulty 2 to see you.
Can I say that we made it look like we left the system?
Like a false warp jump?
False quantum slipstream. Because then no one knows what direction we went, they just know that we left.
Let's make this presence command on your part. And we're going to call this a pose, because I'm going to basically roll for the person who's most likely to bother looking. If that person can't make it, anyone below them will have no chance. Or either will have no chance or won't care. Buying 2 dice. And you're assisted by the ship's engines plus command.
And, I think we should have momentum from the last roll.
I was diff 2 and we got 2 from that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We also had a float, but that float went away.
Can I invoke a favor from Lieutenant Sheena, being that she's an intelligence officer? She may be more up to date on methods of misdirection.
Sure. So gives you 1 free hit rather.
And I'd like continue invoking my methodical plan.
Yes.
Look, it takes setup, but it's really cool.
What's the directive?
Prevent the coup. Make sure Harmony Fest goes well. And Prime Directive.
Can I spin towards prevent the queue?
You could, because I can see this as a furtherance to that. Yeah.
Argument for well-drilled crew on the ship.
Yeah, that's a good argument.
And this seems very technical to pull off in the first place, so... There you go, that should be what?
I have 5.
Yeah, and then there's 2 free hits, because Sheena and well-drilled crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
1, 2, 3 on my part.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Get the
5,
ship.
6, 7, 8, 9. Right? Because you spent determination, so yeah, that's 9, which means we got to flip.
Oh, we still got the ship. I just. Damn,
Oh yeah, the ship. I didn't hit that. Right. Duh. Me, smart button.
Great executive officer work there.
Hey, listen. No.
Hey, you're always wondering why you get docked.
False. Wait a second. False? False.
Because-
It's a success.
Because me and you were trying to roll at the same time.
Oh, it's a success. It rolled 14. The command is a 2.
Yep.
Engines plus.
Yep.
We have 1 more
Yep.
float.
And did you count in the additional float that I generate from
No,
making someone else succeed? Cool. So we have 1 more.
there's 4 float.
So much float.
Yeah, no, you move away for a bit. You charge up the quantum slipstream drive, and then as it's charging up and you're starting to vibrate out of position, you warp. You use your warp engines to move a little bit to have the illusion of moving super quickly, but you use like a very minimal amount. It's almost like warp 0.9 or 0.8, like it's a sub warp blast, just enough to sell that you quantum slipstream drive, and then you kind of quickly jump over to the asteroid field, and then very quickly slow down so you don't just bash into something. I mean, there's lots of space because asteroid field, but you know you're trying to spend as little time as possible in open space.
So 4 float.
4 float.
Yep. 1. Can I get some information on who was watching us?
You certainly can. Halanak Station for 1.
Serana.
Just say Rana by herself.
She's been working with the enemy this entire time.
What about
Who's looking
me?
out the window?
Wait. What are you guys accusing me of?
What? No, don't
General
worry about it.
skullduggery.
I think doing your job.
I don't even know if I should be offended or I zoned out for a second. I don't know if I should be offended or not because I don't know if this is one of the true things or the fake things.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
the ship that Chegg is on?
No, that's one of the. That is actually a different ship. It's one of the ones that arrived for Harmony Fest.
As in, they stand out in the intensity of the scans?
Yeah, because everyone would be doing a general navigational ping to make sure, just so you don't hit anybody, and just to alert them, hey, I'm here, please don't run into me. Space is big, but, you know, be nice. But this person was they had an active sensor lock watching you leave. And there'd be them. Is there anybody else who'd be looking very hard at you? And also, one of the moon's sensor systems was watching you. Like, each of the moons have like different labs and stuff where they're like observatories looking out to space or testing things. But one of those facilities was scanning your ship in particular as you were leaving.
The moon that we happen to be heading to, or the other one?
For 2 momentum, it could be the one that you're heading to.
Does that sound appropriate, Haifa?
Sure.
There we go.
Those are
your
the
role. I wanted to double check with you.
Yeah.
What would it be to let Rylov know that?
I would only charge a single momentum because you're passing information off.
Okay. What would it be? And I can get 2 more bonus momentum if I need. What would it be to identify particular asteroid patterns to bounce communications off of, as to not give away the Da Vinci's position, obviously.
2 momentum. That would
Alright.
establish that advantage.
Then I'll
We've got
Legion of Honor
6.
that.
Oh, okay.
Because what I would like to do is try to bluff that station and the bulwark by sending communications to them, trying to appear to be someone who is intentionally trying to be covert with a warning like, we've detected the Da Vinci headed our way. We can no longer support the operation. Basically just a quick burst like that in
So you're trying to trick people into thinking that bad things are happening.
That there's
I'm trying to
being,
trick those people who were watching the Da Vinci into thinking that whoever they're waiting on, if they're waiting on someone, that person is now being chased by the Da Vinci.
2 more momentum, you can kind of give off a quick, even like you're not even doing it yourself. You're having like one of your staff make up a fake "oh no" message, and then it's like it will at least make them think at least one ship's been chased off, if not a bunch of small vessels, because you don't know exactly the size of the operation you're countering, but you do know it's probably Consortium of Tay, so it's easy to kind of fake what they sound like because Starfleet's run into them before. Like generic mercenary Alpha Quadrant type stuff. So you're not trying to guess at like how the Dominion talks or how Talaxians talk or something. That will shave away if a ship does arrive. That does mean that the first ship I try to summon basically goes poof because I'll assume it doesn't show up because it's been spooked off.
All right, I'll spin that too.
All right, new scene as we jump over to security office of Halanak Station. Oop.
Okie dokie. Take 1 threat for 2 questions.
Certainly.
Is Jaffa still on station?
Yes.
Okay. second question. Was the ship rule was on the same one that the people from the Tay people were on? The I know I had that boat written down somewhere.
I think I know what you're reaching at. It's different ship.
Different ship? Okay. Jamie's Opportunity, yeah. Okay, fair enough. And okay, hold off on the other one for now. Okay, yes. So I'm in my office smoking and doing lots of things because I have lots of things I need to do.
Dainro and Uthor Clint, you come in with your security detail along with Talora. Talora, does Talora just check with the front desk, or do you just walk them to Kovic's office?
Oh, I mean, she wasn't with them in the first place, so I assume she probably came out to greet them at that point because she was with Kovic.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, you, the two of you encounter yet another Romulan in uniform. Although this one's she currently deputized at the moment.
Yes.
Yep. So she has a harmonizer badge.
The Romulan with a badge. Your worst nightmare.
Got promoted.
Greetings, Lieutenant.
Captain, Commander, if you'll come with me, I can get you to the harmonizer for your updated briefings.
Midway?
She'll, turn and walk off. Which is through doors, that's a door to there. Up and around. And she'll press the button and stand out of the way as the door opens so that people can go past her and into the room.
Well, yes, I know it's not as bad as the Klingon, the Nausicaan, but seriously, a Betazoid and a Deltan? What did you think would happen? Come on, Nada, get with it.
He's a very busy man.
I can tell.
So, yes, Kovic is... he looks to all appearances human. He's wearing what appears to be parts of some sort of archaic suit kind of thing. He has some sort of piece of cloth around his neck, but it's kind of pulled to the side and down. There are several containers of what look like to-go cups for coffee on his desk, one of which is in his hand. And as you come in, he's stubbing out a dope stick and lighting up another. Right. Hi. Who are these people, and why are they in my office?
Captain Rowe and his Chief of Security, Commander Selin. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Killen. They will be heading to Upantar proper. And perhaps they could use a local guide in the form of one of your harmonizers.
Right, sure. I'll send Nymoth down with you. He should be useful. I'll also set you up with a liaison to Harmonizer Bim, who's kind of my opposite number down below. And thanks for the help.
Of course, anything you can provide would be most helpful.
How dare I be treated this way? Mumble, mumble, mumble.
What is that?
Is do you need to take that?
I hope not.
I'd like to see you try.
That sounds like a Klingon. That feels like a Klingon.
Yeah, it sounds like a Klingon. He can join the rest. I think we're getting a collection. I'll deal with that later. That's pretty low on my list, otherwise my communicator would be blowing up.
I surrender nothing.
I hate
We
Harmony
will-
Fest.
This is my first, and it seems very eventful.
Ugh, let's hope not.
We will meet your person in the transporter room.
Believe me, you don't want to use FIS transporters. Take a shuttle, or beam, or take a shuttle back to the Da Vinci and beam down from there. Just don't let Haifa run the transporter controls. You'll wind up in a wall or something.
All right, we'll see if we can get a shuttle.
And,
There's no additional equipment you need, correct?
You're much more familiar with the planet than we are. Do you think we require anything more than standard gear? I have my security team.
Well, you should be more than prepared with Federation level technology for most of the things you might experience. The mercenaries might have equivalent technology, assuming they come onto the scene. But with phasers and tricorders, you've got an edge up for the most part on mass drivers, but be aware that FIS mass drivers are pretty nasty, and they don't have a stun setting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we're going up against kinetics, we probably want some kind of armor.
Yes. We deal with kinetics back home. We'll grab some armor for armor inserts underneath our uniform. I think that should do.
We can make something subtle.
Are you talking FIS armor or Starfleet armor?
I would imagine Starfleet armor, unless you're telling me the FIS armor is superior.
No, but I'm telling you that I don't have any Starfleet armor here. I'm an FIS harmonizer.
Well,
We can stop by the
correction.
armory.
you have access to it through the Starfleet personnel working as harmonizers.
Well, fair enough. So, yeah.
Considering
Oh, I'm okay.
What?
I clicked something I was supposed to.
I believe I can acquire some armor.
Acquire.
Just walk up to somebody and order them to give me some armor.
Right. I mean,
Draw
we
a
can-
phaser.
we
Give
can
me your
figure it out
armor.
I wasn't thinking about the fact
As far as
that
I'm aware, there's only one person here that is equal rank or equal or higher rank than me. So
I mean, the harmonizer holds
Yeah?
a distinct position from you, neither above
Yeah, they're
nor
distinct,
below.
yeah.
He's on a different track.
I mean,
it's not
Starfleet
that
wise.
it's not that FIS armor is superior or inferior. It's just probably not as
Also, it's probably not fitted very well for us.
well. Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
And
being
also probably more bulky
amorphous
than
and-
Starfleet. Yeah.
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 Energy being a slime and vine.
Right.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll acquire some armor from Starfleet before we leave.
Fair enough.
Shall we meet your delegation in the... I don't actually know where, the hangar bay in 10 minutes?
Sounds good. And meanwhile, I'll inform Harmonizer Ben that you're coming.
Please do.
15. I want to stop by and grab some food on the way.
Sure. Something other than kebabs would be great.
Ah.
We gotta get
I
some.
haven't eaten owls.
Of course, coffee. Great coffee.
Yes. You'd end up going right once you leave the door. It's about 3-minute walk. You'll see the sign.
Thank you. To get
Do you
armor.
need me doing anything, Harmonizer?
How dare!
Do you need me doing anything?
I'm not sure. GM, could I make some rolls? Or is the big extended task we did, is that supposed to cover everything, or can I do some certain other things to try and unravel this plot?
You can do other additional things. You've just stopped a multi-state. One of the big prongs of it is more what you guys did. So station is pretty safe. It's the other two prongs you still have to deal with today.
We
Okay.
also still need proof.
Yeah.
So I have a list.
Are you checking it twice? Sorry, go ahead.
What we're going to do right now. I noticed that last episode, while the player wasn't here, Kovic was involved in various meetings with the legal system to do various things. Okay, here are the things that Kovic would have liked to arrange during all that.
Mm-hmm.
One, since I've got this recording purporting to show potential treasonous plots on behalf of Java, I want a warrant to tap both. First, I need a clearance to run an investigation on level 2 personnel, both diplomatic and military. Then I want to tap the communications of the Ministry of Defense and the Klingon Embassy. I also want warrants to conduct forensic examinations of their computer systems.
Could you set which warrants you want? Because this is multiple things that I'm going to have to resolve.
I'm sorry, what?
Could you write out these warrants in short?
I've got them right here in my notes. Okay. Okay, so
Or another way to do it, we can resolve each role individually because you'd have to do a roll for each one. That's more what I'm driving at. When you start reading each of them off, I'm like, I am gonna lose track quickly.
No, that's fair. Would you rather me write them or just start?
Let's do one at a time. I think because that'll probably be faster. I think.
Okay, so I need first the authority to investigate military and diplomats. Specifically at this point, the Department of Defense, obviously, and the Klingon ambassador, but also I'm going to investigate the Imperial Romulan ambassador or liaison.
Due to some help from chat, it seems the judiciary is very gun-shy about anything that could be construed as overreaching into the domain of station control and the assembly. So at present, unless you have more pressing evidence to allow for it, they're not going to give that warrant.
I've got the recording.
That is
at least the minister and the Klingon liaison.
Its providence is in dispute, is the argument that came back. And actually, I'll tell you for free that you are getting an unusual amount of pushback on this. Usually, harmonizers get kind of rubber stamped, as long as you follow the rules and you feel like you're being shut out by somebody.
I can't believe Author did this to me after I suggested that we blow up the star to do this to you.
I also stand on this.
There's no loyalty there.
Seriously, Author. Next one shot you run, Oda's showing up and I'm bringing Chio.
I also stand on this is merciful.
I will bombard the Jati homeworld from orbit.
No, not the Jati.
Oh yeah, fucking squirrels. They've ate into Oda's attic and he's pissed. Okay, so I can't get the authority to do the investigation. That stymies me.
If one of the obstacles they're having is not having or stepping on the toes of station administration, can I try to force the issue by backing with the blessing of station administration?
If station administration wishes to proceed with its movements, then that is within the purview of station command, but the judiciary will not grant a warrant to the harmonizer's office.
Okay.
As there's insufficient evidence.
All right. I do have evidence that computer hacking was taking place from level 2, so I really I'm going to try for a warrant to run an investigation on that level to determine the source of that hacking.
Present security, difficulty 2.
Is this like an in-person thing, or is this like forums or talking kind of thing?
It would have been in person, especially if you wanted them to do it in a timely manner.
Okay, so kinesics, xenokinesics for a focus.
Yep.
Okay. Difficulty 2. Take a momentum for the third die. We can pull this off, or if I'm going to start rolling like crap, like I usually do towards the end of the evening.
What are these?
I wasn't sure if we're spending for
There
the
we go.
armor now or later, so I just had that there.
Oh, okay.
So I spent 1 momentum for a third die and got 3 on a diff 2 roll, so again, comes back.
You're able to get a warrant on that one.
Excellent. Man, I was not expecting not to get a warrant with that evidence in my...
Someone out there has it out for you for some reason. Who knows?
Yeah.
You're the big on the chat. That's speculation.
We don't even know them. They don't have warp yet. They're not going to get warp for a week.
Well, time travel, you know.
Yeah. God. Time traveling squirrels. There's the end of the world.
Yeah, no, we can't let
I
that
don't
happen.
think we want time traveling chat. That sounds bad.
That'll be the next fleet arc to stop that.
I don't love that idea, but I'm also a monster.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm also going to... I need to arrange all the security for the Harmony Fest,
Mhm.
as part of which I want the Harmonizer riot squads like on duty to stand by as a rapid reaction force with full armor and gear. Do we have non-lethal stuff like, I don't know, shock batons or is it just like
Beanbag
send in the
rounds.
riot cops with mass driver shotguns and paint the floor with their blood?
Beanbag rounds.
Oh, those are awful.
Yeah. Yeah, so it would either be the mass drivers, but they'd be as like you said, like a sort of mass driver beanbag, like turned down but and blunted hits.
Right.
But they also do allow for clubs and stun batons, things like that. That is within their tech level.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, kitted out for a riot, but primarily with non-lethal rounds, unless things go seriously sideways.
I would either take that as a crew support for the station, or 2 momentum.
Anybody care if I activate a station crew support?
Go for it.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
There's so much station crew support.
And can I figure out the most likely places to have those guys standing by to reach tactically and strategically important points in the event of an attempt to take over the station?
Because of the extended task success, you can do that for free.
Cool, that's awesome. Okay, I also I need to know if this is something I can do as the Harmonizer, if I have to go through somebody else to formally request Starfleet's assistance with security throughout the time period of Harmony Fest, and both sides of it, to potentially give Starfleet a little bit more leeway in what they're able to do. Like, basically, I've done the official request. Yes, you're assisting with security. Therefore, when security issues come up, well, Starfleet can be involved.
So you're extending an invitation to Starfleet Security, the normal Starfleet Security, rather than those that are on loan to the Harmonizer's office. So the ones in the regular security folk in the Starfleet section. It's like, hey,
Right,
you guys,
and
I want you guys to do it too.
Right. I want to, request Captain Thralick and Starfleet's assistant with security messers during Harmony Fest.
2 momentum, you're able to get that in a way that bureaucratically makes sense for both parties.
Right. And I'm hoping that gives Thralick and the other Starfleet kiddos a little bit more room for action.
Yeah. Congratulations, security detail outside the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now these guys have that additional support legally.
Right.
Also, Commander.
And then I'm going to authorize the expenditure of the necessary platinum or what have you to hire outside experts to help with the hacking trace. I think I'm going to hire the Kryptonauts for this. I hear they're good.
For 2 threat, you totally can.
Yeah, I'll hire them for 2 threats to track down the source of the hack. Being very careful to, give them a copy of the warrant and stressing the limits thereof.
You'll need to give me presence security difficulty too. To convince them not to go beyond their brief. Oh, we're just poking around a little bit. Don't poke around a little bit, because then it's not legal anymore. Just stay within this parameter.
Right, because I need you to get me good, clean evidence so I can go further. Said difficulty 2.
Yep.
Okay.
And this one's assisted by station's communication security.
Okay. Same thing again. 1 momentum for the 3rd die. Made it. And somebody got the station.
Thralick is dead, I'll get it.
What is it? What security?
I was
Communication
muted. I'm sorry.
Nice. So gain that one back.
You're made fun of a bit by them in a few messages and some interstellar memes, but yeah, they'll stay within the brief.
Okie dokie. What do I need Talora to do?
Resign.
I need her to just... Well, I do. I need her to resign and join the Harmonizers.
No.
Forget the Civil War.
It's fine. Come and live with me in the Harmonizer's office. I don't really have quarters, as far as we know.
You have quarters. What are you talking about?
Juve's like, it's okay. I can sleep in the closet.
I sleep in a cell. And,
I'm sorry, Juve has no self-esteem.
there's like lockers and showers here, so it's fine. I don't have to.
You're gonna be spending the night with the Klingon tonight.
So, until I hear back from that hack, I think I'm just kind of waiting on that information. That's going to be difficult to do.
She can just provide sensor support to various peoples from the bridge until needed elsewhere.
Well, and I could also use Talora on the public areas around the Ministry of Defense offices, like the quarters and stuff out there. If Talora, which I'm sure has security cameras, Shalora could kind of just like keep an eye on those and maybe note the movements of some people.
Oh, certainly, yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Just like the
Easy.
public cameras that security has access to already.
Easy.
And to kind of keep an eye and see if anybody's doing anything hinky with the feeds.
Yeah. And I believe to get these to their armor, it is 2 momentum, 2 threat, unless I'm mistaken.
Yep.
So we'll just do that. So that's already spent. They've got their stuff.
And because Dainra and Uther Clint have armor, I'm going to say that your detail has it now.
Cool.
As long, because I consider if the main characters have it, then whoever's assisting them has it as well.
And am I able to enforce that only military police should be armed on the station? Like as far as members of the military on station, that only the military police should be armed as a security measure because drunken sailors with firearms.
Yeah, fail.
You wouldn't be able to disarm the FIDF people in that
Not
way.
like literally taking their weapons from them, but like going through the ministry and having a legal bit to go, look, big festival, lots of partying. I've seen a lot of your guys with weapons on the station. You know, the Harmonizer's office is firmly requesting that only military police be armed on the station.
You can go meet with the Minister of Defense and get him to order it.
Sure, why not? Let's have a meeting with Java.
Oh boy.
So as
I
you're
can only imagine this going well.
okay. So during all of that, I believe the captain and commander here, along with the security detail, get some armor from the Harmonizer's office. I don't think you're taking any extra equipment with you. I believe that's correct.
No, it would no. It would stand out if we were carrying anything else.
And you guys are taking a shuttle down, or you're taking one of the cargo, think ENT era type transporters.
God,
they can transport
shuttle,
people.
shuttle.
They're not really meant to.
Shuttle. I now understand the warning. Shuttle. Imagine we walk into the transporter room and turn around and walk to the hangar.
Yeah, there's a look of.
Looks at it, walks out.
Nope.
They just tap a sign. They see the Starfleet uniforms. Go, ugh, tap sign. They're like, huh? Oh.
Cargo use only. Oh nope. Okay.
No, we really want to use it. Okay, get on.
No, I'm not gonna push that.
All right.
Like jumping on a freight train. Some people do it for the thrill.
Listen, I'm here to help, not die.
I may be dishonorable, but I'm not stupid.
So, oh yeah, and she's in here, and a way to hide. I mean, actually, yeah, no, it ran away to hide. Cough, cough.
Urgent operational business.
They bravely ran away.
Lift a little note behind that says, if you're looking for us, we will torpedo you.
They tactically repositioned.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You guys are going to planet. Oh god, I'm okay. I didn't break anything. You broke something.
And who are you sending with them, Kovic?
Nymoth.
This one.
A Savix cast.
Yeah, we don't have a statted out Upentari, oddly enough.
Well, they all join the FIDF where the real action is.
We do
That's
have
not true.
one
There'd be
Serrano.
Upentari in the Harmonizers. That's perfectly respectable job, I swear. Their parents totally approve of it. So Centurion Roloff and Lieutenant Junior Grade 2 of 8 come upon a moon over Upentar. Upentar B is the translated version. There's like a local language for it, but it doesn't make sense. It's like a color and smell combination that doesn't translate into verbal. So in Starfleetese or even Romulanese, like just the Upantar. It's the second moon of this planet, Upantar B. There. Now the two of you were made aware that there was a signal was detected as watching the Da Vinci as it left. That was here.
Mm.
And the two of you, I believe, came over in a shuttle.
Yeah.
So,
If you need to know which specific one, you could use his own.
I mean, you could use yours if you want. The Rita.
Yeah.
Or, oops, that's wrong. That's the wrong side entirely. Try that again. There we go. Oh, it was right the first time.
Yeah, that clearly shows you're not on Starfleet business. You're on personal business.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 2 of 8, this is a Romulan shuttle. I'll point
Oh
out.
no. 2 of 8 hates Romulans.
Well, Rylov is one. Don't
Oh,
worry, he doesn't like Klingons either.
I hope that didn't come out racist. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
That's the problem with
they
playing
have not been
Kyoto
friends.
with, problems.
Yeah. I think the notable thing about this ship is it's doesn't have a warp drive. It has a warp drive. It just uses a massive reactor. It's not,
Yeah, it
not,
has a
no
fusion
singularity.
reactor, not
Fusion
a
reactor.
Yeah. Yeah.
The majority of the back of the ship is a fusion reactor. But yes, 2 of 8. Are you You are an engineer. Do you have any skills in the sciences?
I'm pretty. I don't care. I think my science is like a 2.
That's fine. We'll figure it out.
So like, not completely useless, but close.
Unfortunately, our science officer is stuck doing a mineral survey.
Oh no, we can definitely still end up covering science. It's just more of a what excuses can we use? But there are engineering projects on this moon almost certainly.
Mhm.
As a what 2 of 8 might have interest in, Rylov himself has a 3 in engineering, so good enough excuse. We can look around under that reasonable guise and see what we can find. Do you object to that? 2 of 8, that is, as far as the plan goes.
Can do.
I do trust you can be subtle.
I'm very good at being subtle, mostly.
Mostly. Okay. Well.
I mean, this is a Klingon.
Yeah, I said the big stomping Klingon with still Borg armor implants.
Oh yes, it was mostly said with sarcasm, but he's trying to be friendly. He has to cooperate with Starfleet.
And 2 of 8 is, like I said, depressed.
Depressed, no fight. It's not fun. So yes,
This
the
woman
plan.
hasn't experienced. The last time this one experienced joy, she didn't have Borg implants.
Oh boy. So as a general plan, it would seem to be we'll try to find what might seem out of place, or maybe even spot the observing or searching console while simply going through like it's a. We're just interested in engineering experimentation that might be going on here. Yeah.
Reason
Is
plus
that
engineering opposed. Assisted by sensors
that-
engineering.
Is that for both of us or just one?
One leads, the other assists.
Okay, just want to make sure.
By all means, lead. I feel like you've got a better engineering than I do by far.
Reason is 8 and engineering is 5, so if you have a better reason, it might.
I've got a 9 reason and a 3 engineering. The only thing I have on you is being a Romulan. I've got some of those talents to be sneaky.
Yeah, how do I put this without sounding stereotypical? Klingons kind of go in screaming.
Okay, for the sneaky, I'll lead. Then when we get to the not sneaky, we'll have you lead.
Please, like I said, she may be dishonorable and depressed.
She's not
But,
a spy. So, subtle as a trait. I'm gonna up my complication for mistrust Klingons. I feel like that goes without saying.
Mm-hmm. I'll take that and that.
Yeah. Would Wary come into play as a talent to notice or detect enemy or hazards?
Yes.
Okay. Wary being a reroll potentially. I'll give you 3 threat. With investigative techniques as a focus? Question mark.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I hit security instead of science, but it didn't change much anyway. Let me, That's a hit, that's a hit, that's a hit. That would still be a miss.
Was the assist from 2 of 8 and the shuttle.
Oh. Reason security, 1 dice.
Reason engineering.
Reason
Okay,
engineering.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
I forgot to press the button to change that myself.
I'm sorry, I'm stupid. And 1 dice. Oh, good.
And then the
I
Wary
didn't fuck up.
reroll. Ooh, yay. Is the ship actually rolling if we're walking around the facility, or?
Well, there's multiple facilities across the moon.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I'm presuming you're scanning a little bit to see which ones stand out and which ones make sense and which ones are acting weird.
Gotcha. It didn't help. It wasn't really likely to.
And then I roll back. I bought 2. Get a bonus die because of the facility. Facility rolled well. Frig me.
So we got 6.
5.
Oh, sorry, 7 because subtle.
Yeah.
I had to remember that was a thing.
So 2 momentum gained. Yeah, no, the 2 of you are able to determine. Like, there's a variety of. There isn't any one major complex that does research. There is like a visitor area for civilians to come by if they want to learn about the moon. You go here. But if you're doing like real stuff that isn't just touristy stuff or schoolyard stuff, okay, now you have to. They're all dotted around the planet with all 3 members having different facilities here. And there's actually one Federation one as a Federation scientist, although there's no Federation scientist there yet, but there is one being built for a Federation scientist to work on. They just have to get here. But there is one rather one of the larger facilities, a scale 3 facility that is like that's pretty big. It's one of the bigger ones here. Has like there's like the main building, there's like an outbuilding it's attached to through a breezeway, and then there's like these massive sensor arrays that are outside of it. That one, when scanning it and looking over what it does look like it is a prototype subspace detection facility. And so, but the engineering is them trying to build it in a way that's within FIS technology levels. And this was, the bit that's unusual is that subspace technology is incredibly novel to the FIS. They're familiar with the concept, but they've never needed to really sink a lot of resources into it before until encountering the Federation. And that was only like a year or so ago. So very recent for this facility to already have that fitted out and be researching that. That's unusual for someone of their tech level for a society that doesn't need subspace tech to work. They don't need to know subspace. If they would do it as a collaboration with Starfleet, like the Haifa prototype, for example.
I don't know about you 2 of 8, but that seems like a wonderful place to take a look at and either observe a absolute miracle of engineering or something more nefarious.
Do it. Let's do it.
So yeah, we'll head there.
Do you move to like land next to it?
Yeah, well, we can ask permission first. You know, that's we'll ask very officially ask. because we do still have to be polite. We are cooperative, after all.
So you hail the facility. Actually, do you hail the facility, or do you try to contact the station to QEC them directly? Like, do you try to talk your way or their way?
We'll try to talk their way first as a matter of curiosity.
Iron Rita, this is Halanak Station Operations. We tried to contact them. We just got an automated message saying that they're in the middle of a sensitive operation and can't come to the communique at the moment. Do you want us to repeat the request for communication?
Negative. Do they
Acknowledge,
have
Rita.
anything that specifies they don't want visitors?
Nothing in the message said that.
We'll stop by and double check on everything then.
Acknowledge,
Okay.
Iron Rita. Halanak Station out.
He'll shrug. We asked. Go to land.
I will note, Seirana, you'd be aware of Rita trying to call that facility at this point. Because you would have overheard that in operations.
All right.
It does also leave just enough of a trail to be like, yeah, we're operating officially, we're operating normally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if there's any way I can help or cover for them or assist, I would be happy to do so.
Give me insight, science or engineering, difficulty 2. You might be familiar with this project in a sort of...
Because I used to be a science officer. All right, diff 2.
Oh, you used to be science officer. Oh, that's my mistake. You can use reason or insight instead then, because you might know it off the top of your head.
Yeah, I have a science 4. Reason. Most of my stats are 10, so it actually doesn't matter.
Oh,
Sure,
okay.
I'll roll reason. I'm a very what do you call it? Balanced
Flexible.
player. Yeah. Oh, I am very flexible. Thank you.
Comes with not having a
You-
spine.
Speed officer is a trait. Oh, god damn it. That's offensive to people like Sirana who weren't born with spines, okay? It's not my fault I'm a literal spineless worm. I was made like this.
Spineless slime, thank you. What was the trait? Sorry.
Can I use the trait of Steel Fleet Officer?
You
I'd be
can.
more familiar with stuff like this to drop the difficulty. All right,
Totally.
I'm giving you a threat.
Certainly.
Ooh. Yes. Looks like one gain.
No, because it's 2 games to drop the difficulty.
Oh, you did too.
I sure did.
Lovely.
Oh, you sent me something.
Esoteric knowledge. Congratulations.
Lose 2 sanity. Sorry, wrong game.
Oh, so this is completely off the books then.
It's a black site. We would find that by accident.
Yeah. Okay. Is that what you mean? Okay. Then yes. Can I communicate with you in a coded manner? I don't think so.
I mean, you can.
For 2 momentum, you can, I'll say.
Okay. I'll set up a secure QEC line and say,
Oh, we don't have QAC on this ship. I'm sorry.
"Oh, god damn it! For 2 momentum, I'll set up a a thing and say, Rylov, what you're heading into is a Ministry of Defense signed black site. Be prepared for anything because none of this is on official FIDF record.
Oh, charming.
If you need me to look up any information for you, I've got what limited files we have on it up right now.
The thing that caught 208's eye and my own was the facility being rather advanced for its subspace capabilities, given how long you've been developing them. I'm guessing that has to do with the black site's nature.
That would seem likely, but let me pull it up.
Something suspicious.
All right, Chiam, I'd like to spend a momentum for that question.
Restate the question just to make sure I
Oh.
understand.
The asked question that wasn't exactly stated was, what is the facility's nature? Or
Mhm.
like beyond, I know it's a black site, but like, is it specifically subspace interceptions?
Or is it research? Are they torturing dissidents? What are they doing there?
It's on Serrana's top list of things to be done at a military site.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
it's where we're going to send her when she gets caught.
No, you're very lucky that you couldn't like see her and see like the bioluminescence of pleasure come across your form.
Talora looking at the monitoring device, being like, "What the hell?" Forgot about that, huh?
I hate you.
You asked the spy to help you.
Okay. She will say, from what I can tell, the most likely purpose is for scattering subspace sensors and communiques. Probably this might be how the network is able to communicate in an unknown way. This might be their central hub of illicit, undetected information travel.
Oh, delightful. Well, given we don't know its true nature and it is just a development facility, clearly, to engineering-interested peoples can look at and perhaps offer some guidance or words of advice to the growing FIS knowledge on the subject.
I'm sorry, what'd you ask?
It wasn't a question. That was if clearly by what we know, what we're supposed to know, what we're allowed to know, we're allowed to be here, and we've got the perfect excuse of we're both engineering inclined and can offer advice on an engineering project. So as far as that goes, thumbs up. We'll take a look.
You get a very concerned thank you. Tell me what you find.
We'll try.
All right. I'll end the call then.
Facility looms in view.
We'll go in for a landing. Is there anything that you need to evade? I assume you have an engineering kit with you.
As long as I have that, I should be okay.
If anything gets interesting, just try to stay somewhat... Well, I would say behind me, but you're a Klingon.
Everybody's like, no offense, I am taller than you.
That means nothing.
Warning!
Yeah, I know, my head is like perfectly exposed for a headshot.
The ship gives your shuttle gives you, system gives you an automated warning that you've landed on like an open space pad, as it were. And normally when that happens, there's like a bubble or either an energy bubble or some sort of physical shield that creates a barrier, a corridor for you to travel through. You're alerted by the shuttle that that hasn't happened. So if you open the back door, you're walking into open space. I mean, the door's like right there by a couple meters, but you're between here and there is open space.
Well, we shouldn't try to hold our breaths. Locker on the side should have... They're not going to be Federation suits, but we'll get that to work. To acquire EVA suits.
That will be a momentum to have your suit. I believe it's just one opportunity.
I mean, we need 2, I believe, but...
Oh, sorry, costs 2. I'm wrong. Opportunity costs 2.
There's Well, there's 2 people as well.
You only spend opportunity once. It's
Oh, okay,
escalation, you
my-
spend multiple. No, it is opportunity to spend multiple times. You're right. So you owe me
2.
2 more. So that'd be 2 threats.
Yep. Congratulations for getting put into a Romulan Eva suit. Unless I happen to have a Federation one aboard, but I think that would be
No.
more suspicious than anything.
I think Starfleet Security would have a question or 2 for you, Centurion.
They would.
Silvate just goes, if it makes you feel any better, Starfleet Security always has questions for me.
Oh, welcome to the boat. Give me your helmet for a second. And he'll, press buttons in that to translate it from Romulan to Federation standard.
Awkward.
2 of 8. Give me fitness medicine difficulty 2 as
Fitness
memories of the
med-
hive start coming to mind.
Oh, you know what? I
Fitness-
just...
You know what? You're awfully low on threat at only 15. Can I buy an extra die with one?
You certainly can.
Fitness med. This is fine.
You find your breathing change as suddenly a rush of... It's not a memory of yours, because you're not a Romulan, but there's like some Romulan you were attached to the hive in at some point, and it's like, you get the memory, and actually, because you make the check, you're actually familiar with how the suit works. Because someone else knew how to use it in the hive.
Silvate basically goes, 1, what the heckies? 2, oh, this is going to be a PTSD and just panic attack later.
I'm okay now, I'm not going to be okay later.
When this mission is over, I'm going to be crying. Can you tell?
Wow.
It's like, we might want to get a medical officer prepare sedative in advance.
My best friend was a medical officer, and I know something because of that.
So to that end, actually, Ralph, you might notice that as you start to reach for it, 2-8 just is able to put it on and flicks it and does it the way a naval officer would know how to use it. It just like click, just does it automatically.
Yeah, eyebrow raise. Like, huh.
Although much sad face, because 2 of 8 is much sad face.
Yeah.
I don't know if she could see the eyebrow raise for the helmet. Just in case she does, she's like, it happens when you share a hive mind.
Nice.
I am now aware of many niche topics that I had no desire to learn.
I will keep that in mind. Also, I just remembered Ralov has Trauma 1 for Borg.
Oh no.
So
I don't think it's relevant because she's liberated, but it might be.
If it makes you feel as though the captain of Stavanger will not be near any kind of Borg because of trauma.
Lovely. Anyway, let's open the back. Well, I think it's the front of the ship, actually. It's a bit under the head.
Oh
that
yeah, you're
goes
right.
down.
Yeah, you're right. I should know that. Oh. So the plank, the ramp comes down. You step out. You are able to walk up to the door. The door does not open.
I mean, we can fix that. Either officially or unofficially, we'll find a way to fix that. Preferably officially. We will try. I mean, command codes are almost certainly not going to work, but we have to at least try. Just, entering who he is, authority codes, if that makes sense.
You punch it into the keypad, and you see the symbol, the no symbol, appear. And then you see like a cutesy little Upantari slime doing a no gesture, which I'm not sure as a GM how to describe that, but it looks weird. I was gonna say crossed arms, but that doesn't work because slime, but
It's just like some form of regulating. Like, it doesn't really translate.
Yeah. It's just like weird, happy vibrating with colors. Okay, so we can either try to officially get in there or unofficially get in here. One of them invites a lot more trouble.
You have to do paperwork. Yeah, if you go in officially, you have to do paperwork. That's so much trouble.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I also have to ask for. I mean, I technically have permission going by our plan to break into this thing.
You know, it looks like that door is broken. You should fix it and open it.
Yeah. Hey, to evade. This panel's non-functional.
Duvay cracks on knuckles. Finally, something I'm actually good at that doesn't involve ball cube trauma.
And he will assist her with the panel just in terms of making it seem like it was non-functional when they tried.
Because all of Tuvade's engineering knowledge came from Klingon school and not from trauma.
I'm sure Klingon engineering is just making things non-functional.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, a lot of times they don't walk afterwards, but it's fine.
That's reassuring. What machines are you working on that walk? There's your challenge, by the way. Control engineering diff 5.
Control engineering diff 5, comp 2.
Yes.
Just want to make sure I'm reading it right. Oh joy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, Rylov's helping.
That's kind of why the comp's at 2.
And I would like to buy all the dice for this with threat.
Roger.
Like, all the threat, please. All the dice.
I'll give myself some extra dice if it helps. No. Extra dice, extra threat.
Yeah, he'll. Team dynamics, I'm assuming you can help.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any focuses in this one. Unless computers would count.
I'll take it, yeah.
Oh, good. I didn't think of what, but it's like always worth asking the stupid question. Sometimes it's not as stupid as you think.
Yeah, the only one that does stupid questions is in an asteroid field, so don't worry about it.
Okay, so computers counting as a focus. Complication range 2. Find all the die. Bold engineering to make sure to offer me a reroll when things fuck up. Rerolling that nasty complication.
And this is roll secure. I mean, he can probably assist with security anyway.
Yeah.
Given the nature of what's happening. We're definitely making it look like there was a fault in the first place. That's clearly.
3 gained, it looks like.
Yes. I don't know if Thrallic's planning comes into play here.
Yeah, I was going to say, clearly this is all part of the plan, right?
If you want to be dinged for unethical, sure.
You probably don't want to be dinged for unethical. This is.
Am I willing to be dinged for unethical here? I think I might be, is the thing.
Hey, your career.
Like, we're not technically operating outside. We're not technically operating outside of our
You're just breaking into a military
stuff.
facility, that's all.
What do you mean? I don't know it's a military facility. I don't know what you're on about.
Exactly. This is entirely within our remit, technically. No.
Don't
Spirit
worry,
of the law, no. Letter of the law, absolutely.
Yeah, Starfleet Security's heard that story before.
Yeah, sure. I'll take the ding.
You know how many Starfleet officers pull that exact trick? Well, you know. Oh, come on. We've pulled that trick too. Stop it.
Yeah. So.
We have to write you up.
I'll re-roll that.
Oh my God. Okay.
Do you know legalistics? But yes, that generates another 2.
Yep. And the float from her existing.
Yeah, you're able to pop the door.
Okay.
And you have a float or whatever you want to do there.
I will tell you, as part of that successful roll, the reason why it was so hard, part of it for 2 of 8, part of the reason it was hard for you was that, one, it's alien tech. It's not only is it old-fashioned for you, it's also alien, so that's part of it. But then you discovered as you're unlocking it that there's a security measure in it. You're not sure what it is, but it's probably a good idea not to trip it, because you're in a spacesuit. Anything that damages it is probably bad. But eventually you're able to bypass it, and whatever it was going to punch some mass drivers out of the frame of the door.
Oh.
And shower whoever was standing in front of the door with projectiles.
Oh,
Uvate's like, wait, that's not terrifying at all.
Well, we could use momentum as a question. Just, I'm guessing the authorization on the door, once it's dug into, is Defense Ministry rather than Science or Engineering.
You want to spend that point to ask the question?
Yes. Yes.
Undocumented code.
Oh. Well, we'll go ahead and document that just as a matter of course. Actually, Tuve,
Oh, no.
as an advantage, do you think you can potentially pull one of the last use authorization codes from the console?
I can try avocado, can I?
2 momentum if you want.
You guys okay if we spend that, or?
We can just open doors inside without hacking them open. Sounds great to me.
yeah.
I won't lie, it would be nice not tripping the security measure.
Yeah. So we'll just acquire that.
Yeah, you gain access to the outbuilding, because that's where the outbuilding is kind of servicing the pad and things coming and going to the pad, to the facility.
Mm-hmm.
So on the inside, you would see various rudimentary grav sleds, well, magnetic sleds, more like, because Confidix isn't huge, but some basic computers. One thing that would stand out, even to both of you, I would say that a lot of stuff on Halanak Station is labeled frequently in at least 3 different languages. Plus the Federation one, plus extra ones sometimes, like Klingon or Frankie. So lots of stuff. Halanak loves labeling things or having pictograms or something for safety reasons, understanding reasons. This place is blank. It's a lot of guessing at what everything is, just going by shape and stuff, which is very unusual. Even for 2 of 8, there'd be certain, even the Klingons, there's you label stuff because that's a good thing to do, just from a safety and operational standpoint. Yeah, there is also a doorway leading further on, but there's a lot of crates in here, and a lot of unmarked crates.
Uve just goes, it's okay, it's crates, not barrels. You'll be fine. I'm sorry, I had to.
Let's take a cursory look, see if there's anything particularly surprising here. Yeah, let's take a look at the crates, GM. Just a quick look, see if there's anything that stands out as a.
Do you
truly
scan
unusual.
them, open them?
As suspicious as I am of scanning, it's probably better to do that than open them.
Opening the strange barrels feels like how we do something like a contract, like a bioweapon.
Well, I mean, some things explode when you scan them, so you know there's suspicion on both ends. Oh, science. Don't worry, I'm terrible at this. I have a 1 science. I don't know if you have better.
1 second. My science is like an 1, I think.
Okay.
I mean,
I
she's
can
a Klingon.
determination.
Science is for nerds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. My science is a 2, and my reason's an 8.
We have the same score. I'll determination spend it. Potentially to the stop the coup directive, if that is applicable here, given this is seemingly related to.
I will take that.
Investigative techniques focus.
Yep.
And I don't believe subtle will, could scout potentially help as a trait, or
No, I wouldn't say so.
we're not in 0G, none of that. Subtle, just on the if there's traps thing, but that's probably a if there's traps, it's helping. If there's not, it's not helping.
Right.
Sure, I'll give you 2 threat as well. 2 threat and yeah, we'll do it that way. I don't know why I asked for a focus when I don't have anything to hit that with anyway, but we did hit the difficulty number by 1, and I don't keep the determination.
2 of 8 may assist if you like.
Oh,
Would you
damn it.
like to assist?
Please, if that's okay with.
Yeah, go ahead.
The way
I
I
already
see it,
had
I
the
probably,
complication at 2 anyway.
I probably can make it worse. He won't probably.
Probably.
Oh,
Probably.
but I did make it worse.
Methodical planning.
Yes.
Look, Jam, that's going to be the rest of this little arc, I think. Is we
Don't
doing
worry.
methodical planning?
I'll let you know when I go off plan.
Plus flip.
And then that's just a reroll for anyone within the thing, correct?
No,
It's
it's only for the main roller.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, those are 2 different counts. So I have
Oh,
a talent
either
that
way,
gives
we made
you a
that.
reroll and a talent that gives me a reroll.
1, 2, 3. We made 3 with it a float.
Yeah.
Oh, so that means we've now got 2 float. Yeah, sure. What's in these boxes? What's at the dark black site sneaky containers? That we're not supposed to see, probably.
Well, I'm just looking up again to make sure this is what I want. You are both detecting corundium in these crates. Various corundium alloys, which are used in the construction of interstellar spacecraft. And I'll highlight that is the modern usage of them. This is contemporary to Alpha Quadrant species. The FIDF do not build stuff out of this stuff. They use different materials. And it's a lot of it. A lot of it.
Huh. For 2 momentum, do we find, like, the shipping manifest? Like, manifest isn't like the who delivered, who received as well?
Not from this facility. I'd hand those back to you. You wouldn't. The information
Damn.
isn't here.
I had to try. It's no one left it on top of a crate with delivery.
No.
There's, I guess, a question of if you could determine the source or origin via like manufacturing effects or stamps.
Yeah.
For a point,
that would be a question.
I'll take one for that.
Yep. Where from? Better not be the same as last time. Where from?
Better not, but yeah.
That's when I get shot.
This is primarily found in this is manufactured in a methodology similar to Klingon methods. KDF alloy standard. So it's meant to take hits rather than being taking energy blasts and torpedo hits more than withstanding certain electromagnetic anomalies and the like.
Interesting. Anyone else have a question?
Nothing I can think of.
I think this one dies then. Right, well, okay, so Klingon shipbuilding materials.
The scene will end there
Or armor plating.
as we swing over to the planet where Captain Dainro and Commander Ukar Klinth, along with Namoth of the Harmonizer Enforcement Division, are on a shuttle on the way down to Upantar. Question is, where do you go?
Where does our guide suggest we go?
Right, person who normally is the guide is gone. I think the idea is probably one of the Unity government structures, like the wider FIS structures, which I imagine would probably be having some kind of related celebration out front or being hosted within.
What?
Potentially.
No.
Given it's celebrating the whole unity of government stuff, or harmony of government and harmony of all of these people together, it might.
Well, there's the various government facilities that support the station that are down here. There's also the big event that's going on planet side is the dance that's happening.
Mm-hmm. I guess where is that happening?
The dance is happening in the Upantari capital, near the Great Slime. But there's like a open space near one of their building. There's a it's not an open space, but it's like a diplomatic. Not diplomatic. That's a little too formal. It's interplanetary community center sort of thing. It's meant for big events like this, dances or sports fests or what have you. Cultural event center, maybe more apt.
Okay. And I guess where are the points of interest from a military perspective in relation to that?
Insight plus security difficulty of... I'll up it to 3.
Insights. Maybe. Focus in forensic and criminalistics.
Add complication.
Cool. Thank you. Let's see. I'm off. Got the best stats here. So
Do have some Starfleet officers who might be of help.
I do indeed.
Look over the map and try and assist.
I mean, you can potentially lead this role, and I can assist with Namoth as providing the local knowledge.
I don't think I have a focus. What was the role?
It's like identifying military targets and such.
But it was insight security or reason?
Yeah. Insight security.
I got a 13, but yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna still.
That's
You're
better
gonna
than the
be-
11 that I'd be rolling here.
But do you have a focus?
I have a focus at complication, so
What's your role?
you might have something better.
I don't have a focus, so you go ahead. I'll assist.
All right. I will buy up to 4 dice here with momentum. 3. Okay, we get 2 back off that. And GM, can I trigger criminal minds for this? if this is a task to interpret information about a suspect. Oh wait, never mind. It's using reason. This isn't using reason.
Yeah.
I had to finish reading the talent. You see.
Sort out the momentum here. Oh, new scene would have eliminated one, and you bought 2 dice, and then you gained 1 back. And 2 back.
2 back. Mm-hmm.
Of a special note, near the dance floor, there is a the cultural center. There is a facility that has been designated as a sort of Starfleet. Well, Starfleet's too official. A Federation cultural center as well, but it's in like one of the more taller buildings that seems to be looking down over the other facility. And thinking about it, it occurs to Namoth that you remember there was an incident regarding this a Starfleet officer who was responsible for that. So that never really got completed. Like it's kind of in bureaucratic limbo at the moment until Thralic and Soriana can get around to it. It's not vital. It's one of those nice to deal with, but we don't need to deal with it right now, especially given all the other stuff that's going on. But you're able to connect the 2 dots of, if I wanted to be somewhere that could look at the cultural center without drawing too much notice, that'd be a pretty good spot to go.
Yeah, because we've got a couple Starfleet officers here.
What about from a little bit of another angle? Are there any like high value targets of the locals attending this? Like if they want to cause a scene, that would be a way to do it and gain some additional influence.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I'll give that to you for free. You're totally right. There'd be lots of VIPs coming and going to it, because this is one of the 2 major events for today.
Is there anyone I don't exactly know who is like, they have a president or anything coming? Like anybody that important or?
For momentum, I'll answer that.
What do we got?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, sure.
We got 4.
Well, funny you should ask. There is a certain Federation minister who actually I think you're familiar with. I gotta get his name in front of me though. There he is. Minister Satori is here.
That does sound kind of familiar.
He's a Lipul, a sort of jellyfish alien.
Is that annoying guy who came and did our visit?
Oh, probably.
I'm going to be honest. The
It's
name
like a
is not
psionic
ringing.
jellyfish thing? Is that right?
This guy.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I do know him. He came and did our review.
Oh.
As I understand, he was on his way to do ours as well.
Yes. Ours went well, I think. I don't know if I've gotten that report, or if I have, I've forgotten it.
Was that the one that projects from a crystal, or?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah, we'll invite him to watch with us. Have him close so we can protect him. Other than him, are there any local super high ranking people? Or
well, you may want to resolve trying to get him along if you're trying to.
Fair.
But other people, there's some members of the assembly who will be present. especially Upentari ones, because this is their part. This is their day to show off a really cool thing. Savascast are hosting it, but it's the Upentari homeworld, so there's assembly members from the Savascast and the Upentari that are here.
All right. Is there like there's like a VIP box? Because that would be a good idea too. We could just stick by all the important people.
Well, no, this is a very solidarity forever. That's a egalitarian. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the dance, is that we're all together, dancing together for the same common happiness.
Guys, it'd be a little dark here. Do you really want to put all the important people in the same box, don't you too?
Listen. That's what I wanted to
What?
check.
Look, what you sound like right now is the Secret Service agents who are like, "Hey, John F. Kennedy, when you do your big ride through Dallas, why don't you drive in a car with like bulletproof glass encasing you?" And he was like, "No, I need the people to see me. I want to be open with the people. Nothing bad will come of this."
I want to lean out and wave to the people and have open top so I can feel the wind on my face. Okay. Yeah, I'll see if I can get the minister to join us at least.
Like in that little room up there.
Yeah, it's not like super isolated, is it?
It's like on top of a 5-story building. It's like the top floor.
It is super isolated. I want to be present, so I guess we're going to be dancing. We're not really showing our face if we're hiding on the top of a 5-story building.
Well, I mean, you could dance, and your chief of security can be like, hee hee.
That's a good idea. If Quinn wants to provide Overwatch, I could dance. I don't know how good I am going to be at dancing, but
Your call, Cap. I just be.
that's what we'll do.
Quick, make control con back to dance.
Oh God, not con. That's what we'll do. I'll stick you down on the dance floor, carousing, whatever the word is, and we'll have Clint being up top with Overwatch.
That be beneficial, or would I be better just on the floor with a phaser if I'm farther away?
You give it a C more up top, but it's up. I'll leave it up to you. You're the security specialist.
If we're covering one person, I think I'd rather be closer.
All right.
We got the crew that can call in on us if there's someone on Overwatch, right?
Oh, that's a good point. Can we have our security team up there? That way that would be our advantage for them, I guess.
You could, yeah.
Overwatch.
Monitoring.
We'll do that.
And stuff.
So they're not here, they're up here somewhere.
They're providing our Overwatch, yes. We were fortunate to have the minister stay with us, be rather uneventful. I don't know if you guys are going to have that same fortune.
There's a few people about the floor dancing to the rather sedate music. Some sparkling lights where the music is emanating from in a central carpet, with some holographics emanating from it. As people dance about, you can see there's like a shadow of them appearing. So people are having fun dancing around, trying to make shapes or trying to make shapes with each other. If you dance a certain way, it's a different color. And you can see there's various there's a massive screen that's out in this outdoor area where it's showing various events or announcements of some smaller exhibitions going on. This is an open area, but these large doors are the gates to kind of walk to the dance floor. So if you're just watching, you're supposed to kind of be out here somewhere. But there's 4 different areas to enter. It also makes it safe for people to kind of go through these areas rather than having to climb over the rather tall fencing and such.
Like the entrance at a roller rink.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If I can get the guy here, I just have to get his picture in front of me. Where is he? There he is. Come here. So you walk to the floor, you notice that there's not like a huge amount of security. There's a lot of people coming and going. Some people are dancing. Sometimes it's little ones. Sometimes it's adults. Sometimes it's Federation people. Some people in uniform. Some people off duty. And the three of you don't really stand out. It's like, hey, two more Starfleet people are here. Like, okay, of course there is. One of many. And Harmonizer's here. Okay, well, it's an event. So, whoops, way too big. Let's try that again, folks. Oh God, I need to.
Just enormous jellyfish. That's the great slime. Hold on, that's the great slime.
And after looking around the floor, you see him convert. You see them conversing with two Upantari.
Okay. All right. Let's
dance our way over, I guess.
Yeah.
Shake that thing. Or what are we doing? Wiggling?
I think a lot of the people here are blobs, so I guess we're like undulating, and I'm not sure.
It's much harder to dance when you're in possession of bones.
Yeah, I'm sensing a lot of like anti-invertebrate like sentiment here.
Oh
I
no,
think...
I am. I'm impressed. It's very cool.
Okay.
It's like I mean this is the nicest way possible. The dances are
Listen,
designed for people with the gelatinous form.
If
So
you
those were the
don't,
skeletals.
yeah, if you don't have a spine, you can't break it.
Exactly.
And on the and also if anything, the people with spines, it's rather novel to them. Like, ooh, cool. It turns it like people who aren't, who are not from the FAS, like, ooh, let's see the alien draw cool shapes. What will you do? You know, it's like, oh, well, we dance like this. Wow, neat. That's kind of it's basically everyone showing off various dances, but there's no like real form to it.
I love that like one half of your crew is doing like an intense like Mission Impossible James Bond spy mission, and you guys are just like hanging out, like watching people dance and eating exotic foods.
Oh no, this is still
Mission
Impossible. It's just a
listen.
different
We're
part
gonna
of
have
it.
we're gonna have a Congo line before this is
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
All right, let's see. Fitness or control con. Us as a crew do not like doing con usually. We're notoriously bad at it.
And I'll let you one lead and the others assist because you're kind of dancing together to make it look like we're just drawing a cool pattern. Don't worry about us. We're not walking over to the one VIP we want to talk to.
Would a focus in composure work here? I'm trying to look composed and organized.
I would take that, yeah. You're trying not to give away that you're concerned.
Yeah.
I might be better leading. What do you have?
Then you can take the lead. I have a 12.
Well, I got a 15.
Yeah, yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take the caboose of the Congo line.
Can I use savoir-faire, how to act at a party, or
You certainly can.
or maybe ambojitsu, do some forms as I go through the motions?
At any other dance, I would say no, but this one, you could get away with it. Like, ooh, look at that. It's like, it's not really a dance, but whatever.
He's just doing like his forms.
Poor Namoth being like, I don't know how to do that. I'm a plant person. What do you want me to do? I'll just dance normally.
I also don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
What was the difficulty?
It's a post because someone out there may be watching you.
We got 3 momentum. I don't know. What do you guys think? Buy 2 die?
Yeah, go for it.
2 with momentum, 1 with threat to save one case.
Yeah, I like it.
Sorry, how are you buying? One, because it'd be 1 and 2.
Spend the 2 momentum and 1 threat.
Gotcha. I'll spend the match, honestly.
Yeah, no rerolls here, I don't think.
Meticulous planning.
You're right, I do remember that the captain told us how to dance.
Sure.
Oh, don't swing your elbow into that person's body.
Congratulations, my
debrief us on
advisor
the,
talent.
I have
Yeah,
advisor,
my
but
advisor talent gives you a reroll.
if it was advisor has to be command, so mine wouldn't help. So I'm glad yours does, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's a good combination. I should look into that. Meg will hate me for it.
yeah, no. My entire character is based around assisting people. Focus in guidance here, Jim.
Yeah. Probably reflecting you giving them a briefing about the dance. Like, you would have known the dance was down there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you know.
Like, oh, we almost walked into them, but then we recognized the step, got out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
How about 2 days? I think you beat me, honestly. 1, 2, 3. I got 3 hits.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8.
8 hits. So I generate 5 momentum plus a float.
How much momentum, sorry?
We generate 5, plus we have a float from the bonus momentum that I generate from assisting on a successful task.
I have a question for that moment. That float. Was there anyone watching us very intently?
Yes.
Who?
This person on the bench in the rest area. Which you think, you know, they're watching people in general. That's kind of why you'd go there. But they were watching you 3 in particular. Which even Namoth can kind of point out some of the kinesthetics. Like, they had a very intent color to their flowers. Like, I don't know why they were paying so close attention to us.
All right. The dance over there next.
The minister kind of turns around, noticing you, and kind of seems a little perturbed that you're suddenly here, because you were it's been a bit since they've seen you, and it's like they see you again.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks.
It's like, what the?
Hello, Minister.
Are you following me?
No, I'm not.
You're
We were invited. Yes, we were invited to this excellent event by Captain Troth. I don't know. Is it Trethought?
Captain Frolic.
Thank you. Frolic. It's a celebration of the locals, and I figured it would be a good chance to expand our horizons in the Shackleton. I'm kind of surprised to see you here.
The Halanak agreement is of concern to the Federation Council, and I was speaking with these assembly members here. The 2 signs kind of make a wave of hello.
Kind of nod in acknowledgement.
Though their coloration gives a sense of something is off. You don't know enough about Opentari to really read it in the middle of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And
do I get any emotional feel from them?
Are you empathic?
I'm telepathic.
Telepathic?
Yeah.
You're a bloody betazoid.
I'm a bloody betazoid, yes.
You're getting a sense of not distaste, but discomfort, I suppose.
Okay.
And they actually, to that end, they kind of highlight it as they kind of meander their way away.
Just gonna wander away.
And they continue dancing and stuff, but you can tell that they're doing that just so they're not seen to be around you, actually, now that you think about it more. It seems that there are those in the free information sphere who also question Starfleet's overreach on certain matters. But that is for me to decide, not them.
That is fair. Well, how are you enjoying your visit here? I'm very impressed in what I've seen so far.
It is far
It's-
more friendly.
Yes.
Um,
It is another world from our little station, I'm afraid.
well, it is a different star system.
Yes. Have you been able to speak with any more of the counselors? I'm afraid I'm not very familiar with their political system here.
Their various assembly members are unique, very similar to our system, but it is quite. And then across the telepathic link, you feel them kind of. It's a thing that doesn't make. You feel them suddenly have an image in their head of something random, and then it's like, huh? It's like they say orange at you or concept of sour, and it's like, and then you see them kind of slowly slump into the floor. Where Snamoth goes,
So do I feel that they're...
that?
Because they remind me, his race is like, he's like a telepathic projection, right? If I remember correctly.
From
Yeah, I
a
think
crystal
so.
that one
Yeah,
Starfleet
from
guy
a
was
crystal.
carrying around
Yes.
on a pillow. We decided.
Do I still feel that connection active, or did it cut?
It
Did
seems
he go home, or?
It seems subdued.
Hmm.
Like it's not completely cut like that, because otherwise he would just kind of vanish away a bit.
Yeah, it would just be his little crystal.
But he's kind of, but you do see him like lying on the ground. That's why Namoth's confused, because it doesn't make sense to him. And actually, to that, you actually know some in theory fly over, looking very concerned. What did you do? Hey, what did you do?
Alright. It's alright, I see something's wrong. I'll pick up his crystal.
Hey, they actually step in your way. Hey, he was all right until you came here. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. Give me a moment, I'm gonna contact medical.
Citizens, stand back. I'll make a medical analysis of the delegate here.
Hey, I don't recognize them. You sure they're real Starfleet?
I can assure you that they are, yes.
Present security, difficulty 3.
They trust you more than me, so this is a you thing.
Uh-huh. Nymoth is not a security expert.
Oh.
Nymoth is a medical harmonizer, like
Oh. You're like a medic.
forensic tech. Yeah, forensic tech and investigator.
Can try and step in and
Yeah.
defuse the situation, but I don't know how susceptible these guys are to the Cation charm.
I mean, I'm probably leading this, but unless you really want to try and do that, I'm okay either way.
Let him do it.
But narratively, I think I'm
Cation charm.
Asian charm, yeah. Like, I'm totally willing to get preempted here because I'm just playing a sport character.
Okay, I'll step in and say, hey, we're all just here to party. We're just having fun. We don't know what happened.
Dance, dance,
We're
dance.
trying to find out what happened now.
You might be preventing him from receiving medical care.
Makes sense.
And then that was present security.
It was.
And can I use savoir-faire?
You certainly can.
And this was opposed?
No, just diff 3.
Diff 3?
You're just getting these people to realize you're not a security threat. Like, we're not threatening him. We didn't hurt him. We're trying to help. Like, oh, sure you are. No, really. We were just saying hi.
Well, we got
Pulls out his Starfleet Red Cross card. See, look, I'm certified.
That's the emblem of the beast. All right, aliens, darn it.
That's some sacrilegious symbol for them. Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll buy 2 dice since we got the momentum.
2 dice high. Regenerate 2. As you're able to get them to kind of calm down, and they let you try to help them, and they all look very concerned, and they start calling over for help with you. And
Could you get us something soft to put his crystal on?
yeah, and they fly over. And you notice this guy. A security detail reports that the guy who's watching you has left.
Follow him. Keep an eye on him. If I reach out, if I try and reach out to someone on Halanak Station, let's say the captain, because I met them before, is there like some kind of blockage? Is this some kind of... This is a psionic creature, and something's messing with the psionics. So, like, do I feel anything if I'm reaching out?
We don't think he got drunk at the party.
No, I don't.
You reach out, and it does feel. The more you extend your awareness, the more uncomfortable you feel. It almost feels like your psychic. It's almost like a psychic claustrophobia you feel for a second. Like you can only reach so far. But you weren't feeling that when you walked onto the dance floor. You're only feeling it now.
Sensation, yeah.
And Nymoth make a medical check here to see what's going on with the delegate?
Actually, I'm going to end the scene there as you do that. But suffice to say, I will say that you did attend to him quickly enough. It was the correct choice was to go see that he's there.
And if I can, I'll just like quickly let the station know that something's weird going on with psionics. Can't figure out what yet.
Well, and I'd say I don't want to leave you alone, but should I take off after the other guy, try and follow him?
I'm good here. You go.
Then I'd contact the Overwatch and try and get directions. And
So you're in pursuit, basically. Oops, I should probably mark that.
yeah, depending on how fast he was walking. Maybe I'm trying to blend in.
Oops, I'm too close. Further out. Further out. Meanwhile, the Da Vinci A hiding in its place. You see traffic coming and going from the station.
I just have in my mind, because we're hiding out here like a scene from Das Boot or something, where we're all bathed in red light and desperately listening and waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just the errant ping occasionally.
You see the entry of 5 vessels warp into system and start, and most people when they warp into a system like this, they'll usually call station control and then make a pretty straight line and following like flight orders. But these people aren't calling. You notice, 1, they don't call station, and 2, they are spreading out in a sort of fleet engagement formation. Well, most of them do. One of them seems to nah, he turns around and just warps away.
All right. A couple of quick things. The first, quick beam to Thralic, either about to engage the suspected coup plotters or create a diplomatic incident. We'll update you later. And then I would like to QSD on top of this one shields up, but not weapons armed yet. We're going to be at red alert with shields up, but we're not going to have the weapons armed yet.
Okay. I'll also note the KDF bulwark disappeared from sensors. But QSD, poof, you were there and now you're here. The minute you appear, their weapons and shields come on and they begin to engage your ship.
All right, I guess I didn't start shooting first, so no problem.
But yes, the plot is being countered on every front, but it seems its reach is long and nebulous. And perhaps certain VIPs will be saved from peril, and criminals will not evade the law. For now, all of you who are watching, thank you very much for watching. All of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And next, part 2, we may see the end of this conspiracy once and for all. Have a good one, everybody. Bye. And forewarning to people who are guesting with us, I usually let it run a little bit longer because I have to let things shut down, so we are still live.
This is where you can say something of horror.
Do not. Do not.
It's kind of a tradition.
It's our stinger.
Twitch channel.
So, all of those who played with us for the first time, have your opinions on fascism changed?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You know, back at home, the birds and the people we're dealing with are trying to decide if they want to do communism at the moment. So we're working on that.
Oh, so you're getting them, and we're getting these other guys, and at some point they'll meet in the middle.
We've pretty much convinced them that the communist part doesn't work until they get replicator tech. So I think that's like their big goal now. Like they'll get the rep tech, and then they can do communism.
We just have to find somewhere in the middle to be Poland.
Yeah, I was literally just going to say that. We need to find the middle ground to fight over.
We're still live, aren't we?
We were so proud to see they had a Communist Manifesto book cloned.
I mean, we
Mark,
support the Polish state.
I mean,
Serrana doesn't, but we do.
Marx himself said that history repeats itself. First is tragedy, then is farce. We're going to do the farcical version of World War II.
Oh God.
No.